Good morning, Klein and Alley listeners. It's Pantyhose Greg here. I have been smoking a little bit of marijuana this morning and loving every second of it. I want to wish you all a great day.
We are live in Los Angeles. 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, let the pre-Quen begin. Good morning. Welcome to KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Thank you for finding us, for being forced to listen in the back of a ride share. Regardless, it's good to be together again. My name's Klein. That is Alley.
God bless you for thinking we're in a ride share.
Well, we could be on the back.
We're not the wave.
A lot of people accidentally are forced to listen to us. We have drivers all the time that say, hey, I got a bad review today because I had your show on. So we appreciate
You're willing to get a bad review for us, and we appreciate that.
That means the world to us. That is DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper.
Hello.
Extraordinaire. In the back, you got the Postmaster Johnny and Vanessa taking your calls at 800-520-1067. And there he is, shrinking a little bit more by the day. Jake Z Nerd.
Hello.
Jake got pulled over on his way into work today. Remember, yesterday I almost got pulled over. I was all freaked out about it. Today, Jake actually got pulled over.
And you got pulled over for no reason.
That was whack. They flipped the bitch on me right away.
So when they pulled you over, you thought to yourself, there's absolutely nothing I'm doing wrong, right?
Of course, yeah.
And then
I just left. I was like less than a mile down the street from my house.
You know why?
Yeah,
I
but
think
Jake looks like a criminal, though.
totally.
Right, yeah.
His car
Right?
looks shady as
He looks
heck.
like a
look
bean
like a
guy,
criminal.
and he looks like a criminal.
Yes, and
I look like a criminal.
And also, I should point out that Jake's car, I feel like when you first see it, it looks like an undercover cop car from like the mid '80s.
Or it's
So
a great car to hide a body in the trunk.
Yeah, the
Like-
first thing he said was like, "Hey, can you roll down all the windows?" I said, "No, because this one doesn't roll down."
You assassin me, boy? You assassin me?
You assassin.
Get out of here. They start beating with
Then
a
he tased
bat.
me.
Yeah, so you get pulled over and you've got nothing to hide in the car, but I mean, the general inside of your car is pretty gross, right?
Totally, yeah.
So then what happened?
He
Does your
kept
trunk
asking
still
me-
smell like burger?
No, that's in the
Like
trunk.
he pops the
dude.
trunk and it smells like burger, man. There's something fishy going on
There's
here.
old meat in here.
Thankfully, he didn't ask me to pop the trunk. That would've been better.
Officers go, there's definitely a rotten body in the trunk. I can smell it.
He kept asking me if I had any currently any issues with the law.
That's such a mean question.
Seriously.
You look like
it
you
takes
have
one look at you,
run-ins.
right?
Like, you're on your way to work? I'm like, yeah. He's like, the dog goes with you? I'm like, yes, she does.
This would be horrible discrimination if you weren't just a generic straight white guy.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's looking at Jake. He's got all these red flags about him, and he can't even pin you on something.
And what a question. Why would you be like, yes, I have had many run-ins with the law?
If you see Jake's car in the streets, you would definitely assume this guy's got unpaid parking.
Well, especially at 4 in the morning.
right, there's something going on here for
Like
sure.
this guy's casing a place to rob later.
Yeah,
He's
well.
got that vibe.
And did you say you were on your way to KROQ, Jake?
No, he's asked me if I was on my way to work, and I just said yes. He didn't ask where I worked.
Huh.
And did he say why he pulled you over?
He said because the lights above my license plate were out, which you don't know until you get behind me and he turned those lights off for a second. He was just looking for a reason to pull me over.
Joke's on you, sir. This car didn't come with lights above the license plate. So try
It's been out
again.
for 7 years.
Well, anyway, Jake got released, so
I
congratulations.
got off with a warning. Thanks, guys.
Just a warning. Not a written warning, just one of those BS warnings?
Just one of those like, all right, drive safe. Thanks.
General warning, creep.
Yeah,
Just-
You're just getting a general warning for being a weirdo.
that's the greatest when you get the non-written general warning and your response is like, of course. You always go, of course, officer, yeah, of course. But in your head you're going, this means nothing.
I know, a warning. Wow. So
Do you remember the
threatening.
officer's name?
I do not. He said it right away, but I forgot what it
I wonder
was.
if it was Simmons.
Well, it could have been Simmons
Probably
again.
back from the dead.
I almost got that last guy at Highland.
That other weirdo I pulled over
Now
a
I'm
few
back
years
for
ago.
you. All right, well, anyway, we're together again. Yippee, it's KROQ. Lots going on this morning, and we'll get into the entire show we have planned for you. But first, let me say hi to 610 on the phones. Good morning.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Hi, who's this?
Coma Jim.
Oh!
Coma Jim?
Yeah,
Coma Jim,
buddy.
of course. Hey, how you been, man?
Good. Hey, I have a story about when we got pulled over once.
I didn't think you were allowed to drive because you were in a coma for a long time. And
I
you're
know
blind.
I wasn't driving, but I got us out of the ticket.
How?
Disneyland.
That's what I thought too.
Have you ever seen that movie, Coma Jim?
What?
Don't worry about it. What is your statement? Go ahead.
I said, we're going to the hospital.
Oh.
Oh.
It's way less
Just like
funny.
that?
Is that how you said it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was
Hospital.
the guy shined the light in my eye and he blinded me, and I was like, oh my God.
Aren't you blind though already?
Yeah.
What?
So then how did he blind you with a light when you were already blind?
Well, he shined it in my, and he thought he'd blind me.
But he didn't at all because you're blind.
Right, because I'm blind.
Yeah, you should have rehearsed the story. It's good to hear from you again. I'm glad you're still listening. We haven't heard from you since the Eagles. You started calling a lot during the playoff run, NFL season. You go Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. Then you disappeared for months.
I know, but that's all that I had, Kev. I don't have anything to say, really.
Oh, well, you're...
Come on,
I like
you've got a lot to
you
say
got
about
a
stories that are...
fascinating life. I mean, you're one of these guys that lived a lot of your life inside of a coma, and now you're out on the other
I
side.
know, but all I did was sleep during the whole time.
Someone said they call him Coma Jim because his stories are giving me a coma.
Aw,
that's not it.
Exactly.
That's not
Coma
fair.
Jim, if you really worked with somebody, those survival stories really sell. You could write a whole memoir.
Well, hook me up with somebody, Allie. Who do you know?
We got no one.
Nobody
We
at
got
all.
no connections. Hey, Coma
I
Jim,
know,
when you were
see?
when you were in a coma, did you have someone that would go over and like cut your hair and clip your nails and do all that stuff?
Yep. I guess they clipped my nails.
All right. Well, the story gets better. All right, Coma
He's
Jim.
blind, Klein. He doesn't know.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't know. Feel
I
your
don't
nails.
know. Yeah,
Oh,
I
right.
was in a coma, Kev. I don't know.
All right,
So
one of these
messed
days.
up.
Thank you, Coma Jim, for calling. Good to hear from you again. I like that guy. He's got good energy. You talk about a guy that's been dealt a bad hand in life. I mean, a guy got hit in the head with a speedboat. It's probably during the summer too. Was that during the summer? Must have been.
Yeah, it was August. It was right before my freshman year of high school.
Yeah. So think about
Whoa,
that.
it was? I didn't realize you were that young.
Yeah, I was 15.
Guy's living a great life. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Speedboat hits him in the head, goes into a coma for I don't even know how long, and then he comes out and he's all jammed up. But he did make some money. Got paid good money. His little lawsuit from the boat.
Well, did you know,
company.
Kev, that I was an Olympic athlete before?
Yeah, he told us that.
He did?
What- and
oh,
yeah,
I forgot.
I told you all
yes,
that,
we
yeah.
all knew that, of course.
I love how you're like, I don't know what he was doing, but who knows how long his coma was. Like, he told us all this
He
last
did? He really did? Maybe I'm the guy.
Yeah,
in the
but what
coma.
Olympic sport were you in track? I forget.
No, I was scared.
Oh, that's right, skiing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then, but now you're a Special Olympian, right?
Well, I was, but I sort of got out of that.
Right, because you were playing
Weren't-
golf. That was the
Weren't
whole
you too
thing.
good?
Yeah, I did really good golf and blind golf. I played blind golf.
Blind golf, but you were not special enough for the Special Olympics, so you were winning all the medals. You felt guilty about it, so you basically
Yeah.
took yourself out of the games.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
When I was there, and and some other person who I was competing against, he was all intense, and he kept and I was like, I felt really bad for him. So
Yeah,
That
fair
was
enough.
dumb.
That's very noble of you. That's why I like Coma Jim. He's got a
Coma
big
Jim
heart.
inspired Blind Charlie. Remember
Yeah,
we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
to Blind Charlie and he was saying, I heard you guys talking to a guy who was playing golf blind, and I thought, how the hell could somebody do something like that? And inspired him to be a part of the Special Olympics too. So you're an inspiration, Coma Jim.
am I really? I didn't even know that. That's awesome, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, so you keep living your life, buddy. Call anytime.
All right, Kevin. Hey, the guys who answer the phone, they're not very friendly.
Oh, man.
Oh, here we go.
What happened?
Who answered the phone? What did the
I
person?
don't know. Somebody.
Did it, what it
Guy
sound
Guy
like?
or girl?
Did she sound like? Did she yell at
No,
you
it was
like
a guy.
A guy. So it's
And
Johnny.
what did he say?
He wasn't very nice. He was like very rude, but that's all right.
He was rude to you?
Yeah.
It's funny, I got this call about Johnny as well.
Good morning, sweet dibbits. Sadly, I'm
Is this
calling
also
in
Coma
for a
Jim?
No, this is not Coma Jim. This is another guy. This guy may have been in a coma, too, but listen.
Sadly, I'm calling in for a complaint for Mr. Postmaster Johnny, like everyone else. But been a long-time listener, nonstop. Love you guys, but you gotta get that motherfucker out of there. You gotta fire him. I'm calling because I got through for the Mumford Sons tickets, for the banjo, and whatever else is on the line. But I got through, and I believe my mom's name came on because, sadly, just like Allie, I'm still on my parents' phone line. But I said, hey, this is Robert. I'm in San Bernardino, because they're asking.
You know what? I'm with Johnny on this guy's call. I think whatever Johnny did with that guy, I got to side with Johnny.
What does he get to the point, man?
He's, but there's a lot of calls. Thank you. He sure did. All right. Well, the message goes on for another 3 minutes, but
It
it's apparently
does?
a long complaint about Johnny. I mean, if you want to hear it, I don't know. The guy feels like.
Where are you calling from? What's your name? My name's Robert. San Bernardino. No, your name. And then a little drunk.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay, well, he's drunk, so whatever. He's not happy with Johnny. Listen, I can't control Johnny, unfortunately. That guy does his own thing. All right.
That's all right.
Coma Jim, we got to go.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Hey, take care. Bye, Allie.
Bye.
Thank you. There he goes. Coma Jim.
What a start to the show.
Nice guy. All right. Well, we got to take a break now. Now we're way behind. Look, we were on time. We were starting early. We were good, Allie. We were ahead of schedule even.
Sometimes for a whole 11 minutes.
And now we're
on
already
time.
late. We'll take a quick break. When we get back, $100 of Allie's cash up for grabs on a Thrifty Thursday. To take Allie's money is the sweetest day of the week to do it. Call us now for $100 cash money. Allie Knows the News is next.
Yes, yes. This is Marcus from Mumford Sons.
It's Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford Sons. Listen to K-Rock at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to pluck yourself some tickets to Mumford Sons at the Hollywood Bowl June 12th.
I will wait for you. The people been down so long.
You will instantly be entered for a chance to win the grand prize. A private box for 4 at the show. Meet the band. And maybe ask them for some pointers on playing your new signed Mumford Sons D-Ring Banjo.
It's alright. It's not amazing.
It's not your fault, but mine.
You'll be the banjo person now. You might have to join a folk punk band. You might get booked at farmers markets. So be ready when you win Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford Sons. Courtesy of Glass Note Records and Live Nation.
Listen to the world famous KROQ.
This is...
It is hot outside. The heat wave is officially here, and as a result, we are going to make it super hot inside as well. We've had broken air conditioning pretty much all week at KROQ, and we've decided how can we make this working experience even more uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. We figured it out.
We brought Jake the Nerd in the studio, and that's how we did it. And there he is.
Hi.
Jake the Nerd,
Hi, Jake.
everyone.
Hi.
Usually he's only in here to jump on a scale, but in this particular case, he's in here because we have a ton of chicken. The studio smells great. Thank you. That is the sweet smell of Roscoe's Fried Chicken. And then we have a bunch of hot sauces from the Hot Ones Challenge kit.
I
So
want no part of this.
I know you don't, but the more you fight it, the more people are going to want to call in and ask you questions because you have an opportunity now to call us at 800-520-1067. You can ask any of us any question you want. We will answer the question, and just like on the show, before we answer the question, we will take a hot sauce of your choosing. You will give us a random number, 1 through 10. We've rearranged the order. We don't know which one is going to be the hottest with the over 2 million Scoville units, the hottest hot sauce in the world, a record-holding hot sauce from the Guinness record, or it could be this one at the very top that's hardly any heat at all, Señor Lechuga. A mild sauce with garlic and avocado hints, flavor, rich and dreamy.
Oh.
That is not how the hottest one is described. And then there's a ton of other ones in the middle, like pico peppers and butterfly bakery, a da bomb, Queen Majesty, which is Sicilian scorpion sauce. I mean, some of these are very hot. They will probably hurt our tongues. If we touch our eyes later, we may go blind, and we should not. We should all make an agreement that we will not masturbate for 48 to 72 hours.
Oh, well, I think you're the one that really has to make that promise.
I'm
I
making
think
that
we're all
promise
fine.
to myself. I'm saying it out loud. If you'd like to join us and be a part of the Hot Ones Challenge, now you can watch us. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're also going to do this on the radio. But now would be a good time for you to call us, 800-520-1067. If you have a question, you just got to say who the question is directed to. We're all eligible. So even though the chicken sits in front of me and Allie and Jake right now, if you have a question you want Vanessa to answer, she will come in here, grab a piece of chicken, put whatever hot sauce you mention on that hot sauce, eat it, and then answer the question.
Do you think this little vial of syrup, which is probably delicious,
Yes, it's great.
would cancel out the hot sauce?
No, for some reason, milk is the only thing that seems to work. Everything else that should work makes it hotter. Like water just makes the hot sauce hotter. And
Can I pour this on top of the hot sauce, though, when I eat it? Or do I have to do only hot sauce on the chicken
think
wing?
just hot sauce.
I think you gotta do hot sauce and then chase it with that.
Yeah, you could. If you want to do a shot of syrup to chase it, you can.
All
but
right.
understand that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the viscosity or whatever, it could make the hot sauce work a lot harder.
The viscosity?
That's what they say about
Good word, dude.
water. Water, for some reason, it spreads the hot sauce around.
Yeah,
it makes it worse.
I have made that mistake many times.
So
I didn't realize we can't even pick the number. Because there was a couple numbers I'm like, I think I recognize that bottle as being a mild one.
No, we can't pick. The person who asked the question will we'll decide who is the question directed at, and then give us a number 1 through 10. And that person will crack open the bottle, pour it on the chicken, answer the question, and then we can officially begin. What's wrong, Jake?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't be doing this.
Why do you say that?
Because I have a condition that they don't know why it's caused, but my history of eating spicy food, because I used to really love spicy food, probably helped cause what I have today. And so it's not good.
Oh, so the spicy food that you ate your entire life was why you believe you have irritable bowels or whatever?
It was like the
It's
spider
very
bite for
possible.
Spider-Man.
It's
Yeah.
very possible. Yeah.
The cause is also your kryptonite.
Yeah.
Wow. Ironic. All right. Well, this
Well,
is
maybe
what-
the people will go easy on him.
Yeah, maybe they will. And by the way, we don't know the order because we could end up lucking out here. We're not going to do 10
You
questions.
guys, I'm very boring.
Okay.
You don't even ask me any questions.
Same.
Let's go ahead and say hi. We're going to make our way up and down these phones right now. And once again, it doesn't matter what the questions are, we will be forced to answer. You will get brutal honesty like we always give you here on KROQ. So any question, it could be about the show, it could be about our personal lives, could just be a question about life in general. 800-520-1067.
It can be a question about life in general.
If that's their question, we'll start with Angel. Angel, who would you like to direct this question at?
To Jake the Nerd.
Oh, come on, dude.
Okay, right out of the gate.
Come on.
Poor Jake. All right.
Are they listing who they're picking on the screen?
No, I don't know who they're picking. I don't know I don't even know what the questions are.
Whatever, dude.
Before you ask the question, give us a number 1 through 10. That'll be the first hot sauce out of the gate.
Number 5.
All right, Jake, grab bottle number 5. You can reveal to everyone exactly which hot sauce that is because we don't know. They've all been randomly hidden. You can see
So
this.
take the thing off?
You can take the thing off. This is on YouTube. What is hot sauce number 5? This is the one he has selected for you at random.
Karma sauce. Liftoff.
Oh,
That sounds easy.
Not bad, dude. You lucked out.
Yeah.
Only 5,600 Scoville units. It's got lemongrass flavored, mild chili.
Lemongrass?
This is
That's a
nothing.
cakewalk.
Yeah, you're very lucky, Jake.
It has to actually say a hot sauce on the bottom.
Yeah,
Because you might not.
A hot sauce.
Put it. Go ahead, open that up. Pick a piece of chicken. And what is your question for Jake?
How many times has he masturbated within the last month?
All right, Jake. Go ahead. Take a big bite of your chicken now.
Countless.
You poured a lot.
That's a lot. It
on
doesn't-
there.
it's-
Oh my gosh, Jake!
Jake is digging
You didn't
in
need to
right
put
now.
that much, man.
No, but that one's nothing. That's not hardly anything. I know Jake's got a condition, but Jake, go ahead and answer the man's question, please.
Dude, that's the mild one. That's got some kick to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
If that's in the middle.
That's not in the middle. That's not. They claim that's the second easiest one on the
Oh,
list.
dude, you guys, this is going to be death.
Really?
Yeah, this has some serious kick to it.
Can
Really?
you taste? So you're saying you can't taste the lemongrass?
It tastes like death.
Jake, answer
Hot
the man's
death.
answer the man's question.
Probably 20, maybe. I don't know.
So many in the last month.
You've
There's
self-pleasured.
like 30 days in a month.
You've self-pleasured 20 times in the last month.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, wow. Pull that clip. All right, hold on, Angel. Thank you for participating.
So mad.
It really did.
Is that what you say to yourself while it's happening?
That's his morning affirmation in the mirror.
That's my kink.
Yeah, you're nothing.
Jake, how was that? You're sweating.
Dude, it's hot.
You're sweating a little bit.
I can't believe this is only second.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's that's so
Maybe
low.
because I put so much, but goddamn, man.
You did put a lot on
That
there.
is so
It seemed
low.
unnecessary.
So low on the list. All right, well, one down. Keep in mind, you can ask these questions to anyone on the show. Jake, Johnny, Vanessa. DJ Omar Khan, you can go with Allie or you go with me, and all you have to do is give us a question and a number 1 through 10. Jake said 5 was painful.
Oh, my God.
And it was the second mildest in the list.
All right. Let me say hi to, next one out of the gate is, let's see, Edgar, you have a question for someone on the show. Who's your question to? We'll start with that. Sweet Divots.
Sweet Divots for Jake.
Dude, this is rigged. Forget that. No.
What number?
What number? Number 3.
Okay.
No!
All right, Jake.
Hold on, he's got to open his hot
Just
sauce.
hold on. Take a minute and think of your question.
Think of your question. Jake got selected again. That's crazy.
This is rigged, dude. No.
It's not rigged.
It's totally rigged.
Dude, you could ask this question to anyone. Did they tell you to ask a question to Jake, or did you call for that, Edgar?
No. I called specifically for Jake.
Yes, and then they wrote on the thing, this guy's for Jake, and you're picking Jake callers.
No, not picking Jake callers.
That is such bullcrap, and you know it.
All right, just open.
Which one is 3?
It's going to be a hot one because the top of it's yellow.
Okay.
It has a yellow hot one.
Which hot sauce did you end up with?
God.
What's it called?
Los Calientes. This is a hot one's Rojo. It's heat level 5 out of 10.
Hold on.
So
I
it can't be
don't even
the
see it on
hottest
my
one.
list. Oh, number 5.
mild.
It's middle. 49,000 Scoville units. It's technically 10 times hotter than the one you just had.
Jesus Christ.
It is best-selling, complex notes of smoked chilies, agave, citrus, cumin. Not good for people that have sensitive asses. Fruity habanero and a balance of medium heat. All right, Jake's got his chicken coated in the new number 5. This is the 5th hottest of the hot sauces.
Do I buy it first before I get the question?
Do we care about the question? Or?
No, the question's irrelevant. Go ahead, Edgar. What is your question for Jake?
Hey, Jake. What are the 2 strongest Magic the Gathering cards, and how would you pin them against each other? If that even makes sense. Never heard of that game before.
I've never even heard of this game.
Emrakul is the strongest creature. Black Lotus is the strongest artifact / card, most expensive card. And Black Lotus makes mana. Emrakul just
Let's talk you more
her.
saucy, you know?
This one's super easy.
Really?
This one's way easier than the other one.
Really?
Ridiculously easy. I can't believe this other one was lower.
Wow.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes on the show they do this like reverse order weird stuff to mess with your head where it gets hotter, then not so hot,
Or
then
maybe
they hit
it
you
has
with it.
like a certain amount of peppers, but then the other flavors kind of cancel it out.
All right, hold on, Edgar. Thank you for joining
There's
us.
got to be more Jake calls.
I
Let's
thought for
just
sure.
wait.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder how many there are.
Trouble at home, dude. You're dressing your kids from work. What's going on with that?
That was an off-air call.
Oh, yeah. Can I just play the listeners of what happens during the songs?
I would love it if you didn't, but I know you will anyway. So go ahead. Omar.
So during the call there, Klein gets a call from his kids, and this is how everything unfolds during that song.
Yeah.
I don't even know what shirt.
Well, mommy's a stylist. She'll help you pick out a shirt. Okay. Daddy's not good.
And you're the farter.
Great, and I'm the father.
I love you.
No, wait, get love you.
I love you, girls. Yeah, quickly.
Why? Why quick?
I have to go in the air in 5 seconds. I gotta go. I love you.
Okay,
Wow. Have a great day.
What are you doing, man?
Apparently, according to my kids,
Why are you dressing your kids?
My wife is a
during the
stylist,
songs?
and I'm a farter. Apparently, that is.
Is that what she said?
She said, "Yeah, and you're the farter." So that is our roles in the family. The reality is, they just figured out now how to unlock her phone and use FaceTime to make calls.
You know, you can choose to not pick up, right, and do your job.
Well, I did. That's why I took the call during a commercial break. I didn't take it live on the air. I got the news ready to go. I got this round ready. I thought it was urgent.
Not distracting or anything.
I didn't
For
know.
anybody else in the room?
Of course not.
Yeah, we're all good.
Sometimes it happens. Got to take a call.
Sometimes it happens.
It happens all the time.
It happens almost every day.
They just figured out how to use the phone like 2 days ago.
Does anyone else on the show take calls?
Nope.
No.
Everyone takes calls from time to time. We have to.
I cannot even remember. You know, the last call and probably the only call that Vanessa's ever answered in the last 4 years has been the one that about the delivery.
That was after
And
the
that
show,
was amazing.
too. Yeah, that was a great call.
Yeah.
And she spoke Chinese to the man, and now we've resolved the problem. I apologize. We are derailed. Let's get back on track. It's time for Allie Knows the News.
She's got a son who has a nickname he didn't choose. Let's find out if Mama Myrtle knows the news. Gross.
562 said, I'm a farter in my family, too.
Thank you, 562. Hey, Sean and Van Nuys, you ready for $100 of Allie's money?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. 5 questions here, all about stuff going on in the world. Let's see how you do. Your round of Allie Knows the News will start the second she leaves the KROQ studios. She is making her way out, slower than usual today, and the door closes, and your round will begin. Answer them quickly, confidently, and accurately. Here we go.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, which video game system is officially launched today?
Super Nintendo.
Say it again.
Super Nintendo.
Go to question number 2. A Ventura hotel guest has just been awarded $2 million in a lawsuit over what?
Broken toilet.
Broken toilet. Go to question number 3. This musical artist, who you've heard on KROQ before from time to time, is now suing Meta for $109 million for copyright infringement. Who is going after Meta for an easy, cool $109 mil?
Gladys Knight.
Say it again.
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight. Yeah, KROQ staple, Gladys Knight. We go to question number 4. NBA Finals starts today. Name one of the 2 teams that is playing.
Memphis.
And finally, question number 5. Trump has banned the citizens from 12 different countries from entering the U.S. Name all 12 countries. No, just kidding. Name one of the countries.
Mexico.
All right. We'll bring Allie in. We'll score it together and see how you did. At the end, it's never easy once you're on the hot seat to get the questions right. Allie has re-entered the KROQ studios. Mama Myrtle, as she's being referred to now on the text line. New nickname for the son means new nickname for the mom.
For some reason, that one's worse than Poogers.
It's so much worse for so many reasons.
I'd rather be Poogers than Mama Myrtle.
All right, you heard it. Get going with those Pooger songs. We go to question number 1, Allie. Which video game system officially launches today?
The Switch, Nintendo Switch.
All right, he said Super Nintendo. He was in the right realm, but I cannot accept that. It is Nintendo Switch 2 officially launched today, selling right now, and apparently selling out. People love their Nintendo Switch 2.
And it's the first new one in 8 years.
Go to question number 2. Allie gets the point on that one, so she's up 1-0. A Ventura hotel guest has just been awarded $2 million in a lawsuit over what?
Cool. Bed bugs.
He said broken toilet. Good guess, but the correct answer is bed bugs. I would get eaten up by bed bugs happily for $2 million.
Yeah, for a long period of time, too.
I feel like I've been getting eaten up by bed bugs regardless for no money.
I didn't even know we could get money for bed bugs anywhere.
Yeah, how bad do the injuries have to be to get $2 million? And how long are you laying in that bed before you realize I'm getting eaten up?
Yeah, but what else happens? It's not like your life is ruined by it. You just get mildly annoyed.
I think they had to prove that this person's life was forever altered because the bed. Maybe if they can prove.
But that's everybody who's ever stayed at a hotel, right?
If they can prove mental, distress to the point where you can never get into bed again. Now you can't sleep ever again because you're so freaked out. Allie gets the point again. She goes up 2-0 as we go to question 3. Musical artist is now suing Meta for $109 million for copyright infringement. You've heard this artist a few times on KROQ over the years.
Eminem.
Eminem is right. He guessed Gladys Knight.
Oh, man.
We go to question number 4. Allie's up 3-0. Today, it's the first game of the NBA Finals. Name one of the teams that is playing.
The OKC Thunder.
All right, I will accept that. I would have also accepted the Indiana Pacers. I would not accept the Memphis Grizzlies. That's who this guy guessed that you're playing. So he is, once again, not doing great. He's still got a goose egg. Allie's gotten 4 in a row right. Man, we should do it where if Allie ever sweeps the contestant has to pay you $100.
Oh, I love it. I'd study every night.
Question 5. Trump has just banned the citizens from 12 countries from entering the U.S. Name all 12 countries.
All of them?
No, just name one.
Oh. Sudan.
I will accept that. Yemen, Sudan, Iran, Libya, Haiti, Congo, and a few others that I probably can't pronounce. Chad, I believe, is on there. Yemen. Afghanistan, it's a Myanmar. So good luck if you're listening in one of those countries. You may want to stay away for a while until we figure this out. All right, there you have it. Well, you didn't put in a good effort, Sean. Sean guessed Mexico, by the way.
I thought I had the last one.
Sean, you got nothing right. What would you like to shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ? As Allie just smoked your ass in the greatest defeat in the history of Allie Knows the News. He did get 0 right, so 5-0 final score, Sean. What must you shamefully admit? Go ahead.
Dude, I studied really hard. I really did. I didn't even understand why I didn't get that. Sean from Red Eyes, Allie Knows the News.
There you go. Thank you. Well done.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
if you studied hard, I don't know what to tell you.
Tomorrow, the return of the $500 Friday.
Hell yeah.
Right around this time, we'll do it again.
And if I get 5 right, someone gives me $500?
500 Friday. Everybody. Want to win some Mumford Sons tickets? We got them coming up for you later this morning. Also, more of those VIP access tickets to KROQ's exclusive area at Cali Vibes this weekend, and we will do that for you, too. So much to get to on today's show. I couldn't even tell you it all, but Allie has been cackling to herself back there, which means you have something up your sleeve that I'm probably not going to like.
I think you'll love it, because we've done it with all other parts of the show almost by now, and I feel like it's your turn.
It's a beautiful day to be gay.
Who is that? Is that supposed to be me? What did he say? I can't.
Hello, beautiful people. It's AI Klein. It's a beautiful day to be gay.
AI Klein? This is gay. Is this for pride? Is AI Klein checking in for pride?
I don't know. I just think it's funny that you're gay.
I have 2 buttholes, and I'm proud of it.
It sounds just like me.
Are you being sarcastic?
Kind of. I feel like the AI we did with AI Omar
and Johnny, I think that they did the best with.
Yeah.
I put Vanessa in there, and they
broke
could not.
AI.
Yeah, they couldn't figure that out.
They could never figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think AI does have some work to do with deciphering accents and replicating those and cloning those.
But also, Vanessa, can we tell Vanessa to tone it down a notch? Every time she speaks now, she's just shouting.
Constant screaming.
You're right.
That's her shtick.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone, it's AI Klein, a.k.a. Mr. Positive. I did a ton of preparation for the show, and I have a very clear plan for these next 4 hours.
Isn't that nice?
No, it's just like me. I did
It's just like me.
Exactly the same thing we do at the beginning of every show. That's amazing. He does sound like he's got sinus issues as well.
Yeah,
AI
he
Klein.
does.
Vanessa, I will be in constant communication with you and the entire team, and will definitely not lose or crumple up all the important papers you give me.
No, that's right. He's smart. AI Klein, you got to keep your papers
Isn't
together.
that great?
I'd love to pay all of you nothing but compliments. Allie, you look stunning today, and if I wasn't a flaming homosexual who groomed little boys, I would be all up in that puss.
Oh, my God. Whoa, Klein. AI Klein, that is unacceptable language for the
AI
radio.
Klein's still edgy.
AI Klein's got your vision is off if you're hitting on Allie, AI Klein. Let me just tell you right now.
Hey, you know what?
Get it
AI
together.
Klein respects me and pays me compliments.
Hearing a guy with a voice that sounds that straight claiming that if I wasn't what did you say? I wasn't a flame or what? Hold on, let me hear this. This is AI Klein.
This took me all of 4 minutes yesterday.
Totally
let me
worth
play
it.
This for you.
Well worth it.
Okay.
AI. This is, by the way, whenever people say 90% of the population isn't using AI the right way, like AI could potentially be this.
We're the part of the 90%.
I saw some article the other day that said like there's crazy advancements that are happening in the cure for cancer because of AI, and we're using it for this. And I don't think we're using it for what it was designed for.
No, I think this is what it was designed for. I mean, think about the reason the internet was created. It was not created for porn, but that's what everyone uses it for. So people are going to have fun with it.
Allie, you look stunning today, and if I wasn't a flaming homosexual who groomed little boys, I would be all up in that puss.
All right, great. I don't think that's even FCC friendly, AI Klein. I don't think. I don't know, unless you're talking about.
No, he's talking about cats.
He's talking about Allie's cats at home.
Yes,
I guess.
because he respects me.
It is even gayer. You're right. AI Klein is super gay. I don't like
I would
him.
love to keep talking, but we need to stay on time. I wouldn't want us to be late for a commercial break. Now let me do a slow, methodical tease for this next segment that isn't wordy or long-winded.
Well, he's got my number.
That's right.
AI Klein is crushing it.
He sure is.
Thank you, AI Klein.
Beautiful day to be gay.
Beautiful day to be gay. That's right.
Always.
Well, pleasure. Very nice to meet you, AI Klein.
I like him.
Get your eyes checked. It's KROQ. Klein Alley Show. Lots to give you throughout the next few hours we spend together, and then we'll figure out why this guy left this on the goat line.
I just calling in with another way this show has ruined my life.
There's her long-winded tease. We'll be right back after this super quick break. More, let me just rip up these papers. More Klein Alley Show is coming up next on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. Broadcasting live from a city where rent is $3,000 and your neighbor is a DJ/dog mystic/foot model.
KROQ. Let's say hi to Gil. And this is the Hot Sauce Challenge. You're watching on YouTube now. Jake said the last one not so bad, but you look so angry right now.
Yeah, because this is rigged. Let me pick a call.
Pick a call, Jake. Go ahead. Give me a number.
Yeah, let me see.
Just pick a number.
He wants to see it.
Just pick a call. Just walking over there.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Pick number 3.
All right.
Pick number 3. That's what I was going to go with anyway.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Gil, who's your question for?
Hey, Sweet Divots, guys.
Sweet Divots.
All right, Klein. This question is for you, brother.
Great.
And I want to go level 10 hot sauce.
Well,
you're just going to pick number 10. You don't know if it's going to be 10.
Oh, man, it's going to be weak. It has a white cap.
Very spicy.
Hold on. Give me
How
bottle
about this
10.
colored cap analogy that Jake's...
Klein. Have you ever exchanged any sexual contact with Mrs. Allie Johnson?
Okay, I'll answer that question.
That's a very easy
I'm
question.
going to answer that. Hold on, I got to pour the sauce. The one I got is the hottest one so far, by the way. It is number 6, Pico Peppers, Volcano. It is 76,000 Scoville units. This is where things start to get real. Habanero all over, extra fire. Things are getting damn spicy. So I will pour this on the chicken from Roscoe's.
Whew.
That's a lot.
That's
right
a lot.
I just put a lot of sauce on there. All right, there you go for the camera. I'm not pussing out here. I already pierced my nipple this week. What else can I do to make my life fun?
That was a couple weeks ago.
All right, and repeat the question, Gil, while I take a bite of this. Go ahead.
Have you and Allie Johnson ever had any sexual contact?
That's
at
such
all?
a huge bite of chicken.
I tried to. Oh my god! I tried to.
Oh my god, you didn't need to eat that
I
much.
forgot I had to answer the question. Oh, it's burning my lips really bad. The answer is I've never had any sexual contact with Allie. I did have an opportunity. I think at one point. Let me finish, Allie.
Her face.
I did have an opportunity. Oh wow, that's hot. Woo!
And that's what you said, didn't you?
I did have an opportunity at one point. I think to hook up with Allie's hot sister.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in a relationship at the time, and I did not. I chose to be faithful, but I do regret that a lot. I did have a sex dream about Allie one time. It was really weird.
Gross, yeah.
And
those are really disturbing.
And I'll tell you that the graphic details is that she chose to service me.
Sorry, that was a level 10 for me.
Wow. All right. Hold on. I got.
So how is that heat?
That builds, man. news, and then we can officially get into a brand new hour of the show, and we'll find out why this person has claimed. We've gotten a lot of calls that start this way.
I just calling in with another way this show has ruined my life.
So you can go ahead and add to that growing list. It seems like it's a never-ending, constantly growing list. And I can't exactly figure out why, but for whatever reason, someone else has claimed that this show has ruined their life. Will they continue to listen, or potentially will they go away forever? We will get into all that. Let me just go ahead and add this. Hey, Omar, make a note. I don't know what these ADD news intros are, but they're not being loaded anymore at this time.
What? That's crazy.
I don't know.
Every morning.
I don't know what's going on. Let me go ahead and add this in. Maybe if you spend less time recording me talking to my kids, some more
Hey,
time.
dude, I'm doing the important stuff.
Getting the news intros in. Here's your ADD news. It starts right now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for some ADD news. Here's Sally. Allie? Really? I've been calling her Sally.
Sally!
Sally? Hey, we were trendsetters, huh? Who knew?
That has become a big hot topic in the KROQ studios, by the way, that song. All right, we're getting into fireworks season, and this year, for many reasons, we are going to see some changes. The fires have obviously greatly impacted LA and the state of California as a whole, and at one point, I think they even thought one of the fires was started by some New Year's fireworks in a remote area. But this year, they don't want to take any chances. So in a lot of parts of California, you'll now see increased firework fines. So if you have illegal fireworks, and I think they just seized another 100 pounds of them.
Klein, did you get that video I sent you?
Just a couple weeks ago.
Omar's got that. Omar's got the hook. He really has got the firework plug.
It's crazy how much, right?
The video.
Did he send the picture?
He sent me a video of one. I can
of
buy
what he has?
those ones. I can buy. All those are available.
Oh yeah, all those available. Boxes and boxes upon boxes.
So you're going to be fined $1,000 per firework if you get
Worth
caught.
it.
No,
Worth
it's
it.
not worth it, guys. And
by the way, I don't think in the history of firework fines there ever has been anybody that's gotten fined. Because you go out there in the streets, it's a war zone. What are they going to do?
But they're gonna.
They're not gonna.
They're gonna find.
They're
well,
not
but here's
gonna.
the other thing, Omar, is some cities are looking to just ban their fireworks shows altogether, or even not allow people to have the Safe and Sane fireworks. Because in the city of San Bernardino, they're like talking about it in their city council, going,
Nobody
let's
needs
just
those.
get rid of all of them completely.
They should
weak-ass snakes.
They should get rid of the Safe and Sane fireworks.
No one needs a Piccolo Pete.
Yeah. No one's like, oh, bring out the sparklers for the big grand finale. Let's be honest. Just the name Safe and Sane makes the fire. Who wants to come outside the backyard and gather around for a safe and sane show? No one. I want a completely unsafe and totally insane drunk uncle with a Roman candle shooting him out of his beehole.
Yeah, but doesn't part of you think when you see these big firework shows, like, this is just so ridiculous?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like looking at it, I'm like, every year, guys?
You know what
every
else?
year, it's just like, whoa, what does that one do? It makes a smiley face.
Allie, you may
whoa,
have
what
to
does that one look
move
like? It's
to
rain.
Russia. Move to Russia. If you're you're anti all fireworks, is that what you're saying?
I think that fireworks are a little overrated.
Do you not think Russia has fireworks?
Whatever. I'm saying Allie can't appreciate good American fireworks. Get her to Russia because
From China, probably.
Well, move to China, Allie. Get out of here if you don't appreciate our fireworks. The one that's the thing that's crazy is what Omar's saying, which is people would gather around and look at that little snake ash slowly crawl out and go, "Ooh!" The Safe and Sane ones stink.
Look.
Every once in a while, I had a guy one time. He invited us all over. He goes, "I have fireworks, so we're going to do a fireworks show." I said, "This is awesome." And then we're getting ready. It's getting dark out. I go, "Where are the fireworks?" And you know what he hands out to people? Those little party poppers.
Oh, I love those.
With like the little.
Oh my God.
You don't know when the pop's going to happen. It's like, ah!
And I said to the guy, I go, "Where are the fireworks?" He goes, "I got here. You're holding them." I said, "This is a party popper. I can buy. I buy this at Party City.
Get this at Bonds."
You call this a firework?
Yeah.
What about those little lame white little pouches that you throw on the ground and they just go pop?
Oh my God, dude! Last year there were these kids at the park that were throwing those all over. They were so annoying. Like they're not fun. It's just like that. Will you stop it with this annoying noise?
Bro, in high school we used to throw that in the class all the time and hit the teachers and
God,
stuff.
they're
that's
so
great.
annoying. Oh,
Get some 80s cherry bombs. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying every year we do the same thing. Why don't we mix it up a little bit? I'm not saying drone shows are any better. I'm just saying that it's like
drone shows. I'm over that.
Yeah, they're just like, ooh, let's make a smiley face with drones.
If they have drones in the air and they aim the fireworks at the drones to explode the drones, then I'm in.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Somebody develop that, please.
Rival shows, a firework guy versus a drone guy, and they're both battling it out.
So let's make it safe because the fires, right?
And let's make the whole thing safe and insane. It'll just be drawings of that.
Okay, let's talk about some good news. The toxic algae bloom is over. You remember reading all those stories about the sea lions going nuts and attacking people, and a lot of sea animals were dying. It was a 14-week toxic algae bloom with domoic acid that was making the animals go crazy. And the Marine Mammal Care Center has been rescuing a bunch of these sick animals for the last couple of months. Yeah.
They sound sick.
A very sick sea lion.
Sound very sick.
But now they declared that it's over. Yes, they went through all of their funding for the year by June, so they are asking for some donations because they don't know if there's going to be another one. But they released 4 sea lion pups into the wild in Venice yesterday, and look at how excited this newscaster is to talk to the this is, I believe, the CEO of the Marine Mammal Care Center about these sea lions.
I'm actually going to bring in CEO of the Marine Mammal Care Center, John Warner, to talk about this. You know, John, talk to me about why you think I saw so many tears as these 4 little guys made their way back into the water.
Has there ever been a more poorly worded question?
Jesus. Yes, Ollie.
Tell me why. Yes, there is. Yes. I know. You don't have to play the audio.
No.
All right?
We think we have examples of more poorly worded questions.
Mammal Care Center, John Warner, to talk about this. You know, John, talk to me about why you think I saw so many tears as these 4 little guys made their way back into the water.
Because it was a really joyful moment, and we need more of that in our lives today, right?
The 4 pups, their names, Sprinkles, Brownie.
Yeah, so they came in 1 month that our names were dessert-oriented.
Okay.
And then the other month were baby animals. So Peach is a baby peacock, and a Spiderling is a baby spider.
Hey, Vanessa, what do you think of that guy?
Gay.
Yeah, that's right. I know. You don't have to be so on the nose with it. We guess.
So derogatory.
Vanessa, really?
She's so disgusted.
Vanessa, he was talking about Sprinkles, the sea lion.
Gay.
I'm glad I missed it.
Okay. No, you didn't miss it. Don't worry.
This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, yeah, this hour, it's all about barbecue and laughs. I can't believe it's happening. These hybrid food festivals that are taking place all around Southern California are getting me very excited. Last week, we were giving away all those tickets so people could go and enjoy Belly Laughs. And that was Asian cuisine and a lot of Asian comedians. And now there's an event happening coming up involving barbecue and comedians as well, including our buddy Brad Williams. And I think we have some of the barbecue that will be on display stopping by the KROQ studios this hour. So
yeah, and apparently it's all about barbecue pop-ups these days. I think there was a pizza trend with that as well. And
everyone's just popping up. By the way,
do a pop-up.
Yeah, you go anywhere. There's always tents just popping up. Dubai chocolates, pop-ups happening everywhere. Barbecue. All of a sudden, I'm like, I think that park we go to is on fire. And then you get closer, you realize, it's just a guy just pulled up and put a smoker up, and he's just selling brisket sandwiches for $20.
Yeah, and it's probably incredible.
Whenever I see one of these, just pop up, I don't know why I always give them the benefit of the doubt. I think there's been a giant shift in society where it used to be, why would I buy food from this unmarked weird van that clearly doesn't have a permit? And now I'm like, that's probably amazing.
Yeah, it's funny how it depends on the food. Like getting candy from a van, not okay. Getting
Still
barbecue
okay.
a van from a van, totally fine.
Right, pop-up candy store, we got to call the cops. But pop-up barbecue, we're like, yeah, great. Welcome to the neighborhood. We got lots to get to this hour on the show. Lots to give you as well. I would like to say hi to Joseph on the phone right now, who's got a cautionary tale if you plan on buying illegal fireworks, as Omar does every single year. What's up, Joseph?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
What happened to you?
I just want to let you know that the fines are real. The fines are real. I got a $1,000 firework fine from a police drone, and everybody thought it was a great time, great show we're putting on. And then, bam, we see the drone. And when I got the ticket in the mail, there was no way to fight it. Nothing.
So you just have to shred it and ignore it, right?
Yeah, I should have.
But worth it, right?
I was maybe hoping Allie would pay it or something.
Yeah, Allie's not going to pay it.
The fines are real.
So drones, so you didn't even it's not even like a cop showed up, knocked on your door. They were just flying drones around, and the drones decided that the fireworks were being launched from your backyard. They captured your address, and then a few weeks later, you just get a ticket in the mail randomly?
That's how it all went down.
There was no video evidence of you actually lighting the fireworks off?
Nope. You can't even talk to anybody about the footage.
What?
You can't even dispute it. So, everybody, the fines are real. Watch your bacon.
That's crazy because if you think about it, Allie, for a second, most of the drones in the sky on the 4th are there because they are getting ready for a drone show. They're part of a drone show. But then you've got these narc drones that are just cruising around rogue looking for people that are having fun in their backyard.
I know, and you probably don't even notice most of the time. Wow. But don't ever ask for the footage because I've done that before when it's like a police camera or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, prove it. And then they send you the video, and it just shows very clearly you breaking the law.
Yeah, I know.
And then you're like, well.
I know.
All right, I'll just pay that fine.
Still,
here you go.
Yeah.
The footage.
Like that is me running a stop sign very blatantly.
The footage we clearly want is the footage of you getting run over in the parking lot of that Target.
Yeah, where's that?
They won't give it to me.
And they keep claiming they won't give it to Allie because they laugh at it every day. They enjoy the whole staff of Target.
It's their personal AFV.
Yeah, they gather around and watch Allie get run over in the parking lot.
All right,
every
another
day.
beautiful day at Target. Let's watch the video again, folks.
You want to watch that lesbian get hit by the truck
Part
again?
of our employee training. Wasn't this hilarious?
We get into everything we have in store for you in moments, but first, let's give you some music. That's why we're here, right? K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show. Our job every day, we think, is to make your lives a little better, perhaps having a rough morning, and then all of a sudden we say something on the show, you get to laugh at our expense. A lot of people say, I feel better about my own life hearing how terrible yours are, and that's fine. But then we have calls like this we have to deal with from time to time.
I just calling in with another way this show has ruined my life.
You guys want to take guesses on that at all? Or I know there's been a lot of complaints this week specifically about Vanessa's homophobia, but is there anything we'd like to... You want to guess about why this person claims our show has ruined their life?
I'm going to go ahead and guess that their partner hates the show.
Okay, partner hates the show, so they got to just make a decision. That happens in some relationships. I think you guys are funny. My new boyfriend or girlfriend hates you.
And then he's trying to get his significant other into it,
Right.
but they don't want to be into it, and it's now a fight.
Yep, many relationships have ended as a result of this show. Some maybe have started as a result of this show, actually, so we'll go ahead and call that a draw. Omar, any guesses as to why this guy says the show has ruined his life?
I think he found it funny when Vanessa was being racist yesterday with the Chinese clip. And he got in trouble somewhere about that. Yeah.
I'm done speaking.
Was that live? Was that a clip or was that her live?
I think she's in
AI Vanessa.
No, it's not. You can't say.
Sounds like you're in an airplane cockpit.
All right.
Whoa, Vanessa, are you high right now?
No, that was my airplane pilot.
That was a great impression.
Some people do get in trouble listening to the show at work, and potentially the content is not, safe for work or whatever, and then they get in trouble. That's a good guess right there. Jake, got a guess?
I'm going to guess that we were so boring it made him fall asleep at the wheel.
That's a good guess as well. We did have someone that claimed one time they were laughing so hard at something that happened on the show that they actually went number one all over themselves, and then they had to pull over and figure out a situation because they were almost at their job and they were covered in their own urine. So that's another way the show has ruined your life.
If you think about when you have it, now my kid's at the age where you always bring back extra pants.
Yeah.
But then when you're an adult, you don't think I should bring extra pants in case I go number one.
Yeah, Jake brings extra pants everywhere.
You have extra pants with you right now, Jake?
Yeah, they're in my car.
Jake's like the only adult I know that carries his own diaper bag for himself.
I got trunk burgers and trunk pants.
This is why this guy claims we've ruined his life.
Now, at the end of every work meeting, I do the Jake sign off of Storytime. Just every time I do, whee! And no one knows why I do it. I just do it, and yeah, it's great.
The problem with listening to the show is that sometimes the drops from the show you end up using. We've heard quite a few stories from people that will say, okay, volleyball. And when you're doing that to someone who has no idea who we are, does not listen to K-Rock, does not know who this show is, it's funny to you. But to them, it is just weird and annoying.
And the we one sounds so awkward on a Zoom.
Right.
Even making jokes in general or references to things on Zoom never plays.
Never.
Klein tries to do jokes on most Zoom meetings. They never go well.
All bombs.
They all bomb, and it's just silence.
Sometimes I assume I'm muted, and I go, well, at least I was muted, and they didn't hear that. And then everyone goes, no, we heard it.
The other day, he had to explain his joke 3 different times because
awesome.
the person on the Zoom didn't hear it. And then you had to explain it, and it was so funny to hear you explain the joke.
And then did the other person say, that's funny?
No, I think they just moved on.
Anyway, how you guys doing?
Yeah, they just moved on.
But to have just a we followed by several seconds of silence and then everyone leaving the meeting sounds awkward.
There's a lot of we's in yesterday's Showtime. Someone said it was the best Showtime ever. It's the bonus podcast that goes with the show. If you don't listen to our show in podcast form, we do an extra one every week because we're forced to, but it is very raw, very uncensored, a lot of profanities, and this person claims we did something yesterday we've never done before. You can still check out that episode. It's still available to download, at least for now, and then I think Jake deletes them after 48 hours or something.
Oh, my goodness. That Showtime song, I would listen to it doing the dishes. It was good. It was. I was surprised that Johnny was doing a great job, but then when Allie comes in, gold. And then Jake, you're a little bit of a bronze.
So anyway, the point is we did for the first ever a live theme song that goes with the Showtime pod. So you can check that out as well. Meanwhile, someone has a big complaint about our podcast, Allie.
Sweet divots, guys. So I don't live in Los Angeles anymore, so I don't get 106.7 anymore. I have to listen to the podcast, but it's so insufferable because now
That's enough. Thank you, sir. It's so
enough
insufferable.
Enough about our theme song.
End the call.
Right.
Because now I gotta listen to Taco to Go. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to Quick Trip. So, anyways, now you guys are going overboard with these commercials. Like It used to be like every 2 hours. You guys now have it at 16 minutes on the dot.
Oh.
Come on. You guys are killing me.
Damn.
Anyways, love the show. Take care, guys.
All right. Well, we make a promise to you right now. We will never play another commercial ever again.
Yes, yes. This is Marcus from Mumford Sons.
It's Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford Sons. Listen to KROQ at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to pluck yourself some tickets to Mumford Sons at the Hollywood Bowl June 12th. You'll instantly be entered for a chance to win the grand prize. A private box for 4 at the show. Meet the band and maybe ask them for some pointers on playing your new signed Mumford & Sons D-Ring banjo.
It's alright. It's not amazing.
You'll be the banjo person now. You might have to join a folk punk band. You might get booked at farmers markets. So be ready when you win Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford & Sons. Courtesy of Glassnote Records and Live Nation.
Listen to the world famous KROQ.
If you in the studio right now, the star of pretty much everything that anyone's ever loved for their entire life, and that's not an oversell, that is true. The great Patrick Warburton is in with us right now. Good morning.
Patrick.
Good to have you here.
Good morning, Kevin and Allie.
Seinfeld, sure. The Tick, sure. Emperor's
KROQ.
New Groove, sure. I mean, the list goes on, and it's crazy for a guy that's known for so many different roles. And now we'll talk about your stand-up, but you get approached by people, and you probably know when they're walking up to you what they're walking up to you for, right? You ever get confused? You ever have an adult that's like, this is going to be a Seinfeld guy, and then he's like, by the way, Emperor's New Groove, man, loved it.
I've been in disguise, actually, for these last, this big, stupid mustache.
Yeah.
I was never a mustache guy. I never liked them. But it's actually been part of the show, early part, so I think I'll keep it. And until we shoot it, we're going to shoot it on Saturday. And then I still have some more touring. And then I'm going to lose this thing. I'm going to lose it.
Are you excited to get rid of the mustache?
I am.
Yeah.
Well, everyone has mustaches now.
I know, it's
Isn't that
kinda
the new
cool.
look?
I tried to
Vanessa
pull
was
it
saying
off.
half the guys that she sees on Tinder have mustaches now. It's a mustache look.
She said she's dating and she's out and about. She goes, every guy she meets has a mustache and a baseball hat, just like you. You're the popular look right now. Look at that.
Maintaining that.
Yeah.
At 60, at the tender age of 60.
That's crazy. You wear it well. It's funny because whenever I go on the Soarin' ride at Disney, California Adventure, you don't age because obviously that video at this point has got to be 25 years old, 30 years old when you're welcoming everyone to Soarin'.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I'll go on that ride with my kids, and I love to humiliate them in public places. So I'll have the mustache, the hat, and stuff, and nobody in line will recognize me. But when I come on screen, I just tell everybody to shut up because I love this guy. And then,
and then when they hear it, they're like, "Oh my God, it's you!"
And they're all looking around, and my kids just hang their heads in shame.
That's good.
Do you get to go? Do you get to go on that ride whenever you want for the rest of your life, or you still have to pay to get a Disneyland?
Well, usually because I don't get down there too often because we live in Ventura, but I love the joint and I've always loved Disney, but I usually when I go we'll get hooked up with a guide or something.
Oh,
but,
nice. That's a good hookup.
But lately it's kind of easy because I go I want to bring one of my St. Jude friends, so hook us up.
Oh,
and I
nice.
can just
No, you don't bring them. You just bring a healthy friend. Smart move. That's good.
Kevin. Never.
I saw that there was a change.org petition to change the Splash Mountain ride into an Emperor's New Groove ride. And I know they ended up making it Tiana's Bayou. The change.org petition only has 190 signatures, but
BS,
but still,
man.
is that something that you would endorse? Because I am kind of upset with the lack of Emperor's New Groove presence at Disneyland.
Well, it's always been that way, but the Emperor's New Groove too is sort of like a cult hit for Disney.
It is.
Did not do great in theaters, but everybody, in the last couple of decades has seen it, and started with kids on DVDs and VHS tapes and whatnot. But it wasn't even promoted that much because it was a rocky road getting it made. And then they had another Disney movie that came out at the same time, 101 Dalmatians, which was live action.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
That one just sort of disappeared.
Right.
And that's the one they promoted. So anyways, but...
It's funny, too, because it's got like a 90%. I just saw the Rotten Tomatoes score for that movie. It's like a very high score. And Johnny,
top 3 best ever made.
We'll talk to you about comedy and stuff, but then we have everyone on this show is a fan of yours for different reasons. So we're going to get into a very exciting round of the man versus the fan, where we will see if we know more about the projects that you've been in than you. And some of them, it's been some time. But this Saturday, I didn't realize this is the one you're actually shooting. So you've been doing stand-up officially as a headliner for only a year, which for most people means they're still doing open mics in Pacoima, hoping to get more than 3 minutes on stage. When you're Patrick Warburton, you've been in a bunch of shows and movies, and you're actually good at it, which I will prove in a moment when I play this joke that had Allie and I rolling earlier this morning, you get to pretty much grow from small little venues to theaters.
Yeah, and I've done that within a year. Now, the thing is, and it is stand-up, you can't, I don't lean into, just industry, anecdotes, because that's more of like a night with. So it is stand-up. I was a little bit of a cheat because I was doing a show called Letters from a Nut for a while, which was stage readings of these letters. But I would open that show with 10 minutes of talking, which became 10 minutes of stand-up, which became 15 minutes of stand-up. The show kind of got old for me and was a drag, but that was my favorite part. And a lot of the folks that came to the shows were like, hey, my favorite part is when you open this thing. And I was like, all right, I want to walk away from the show. I'm just going to do stand-up now. So I started, my first headline gig was a year ago, and then I've been touring all year. So this has been the busiest year of my life. And throughout the year, you fix it, you make omits, you add stuff, and so we're actually shooting the show Saturday night at the El Portal.
And would you like to have random drunk weird laugher guy in the audience for the taping on
Absolutely not.
Because there's a weird laugher on a special, like if you're and then you hear that person every single time you watch it, like that's unforgettable. But I'm sure it's nice.
Well, we're shooting it, so there's gonna be security.
Yeah,
any hecklers
they'll take
him
out.
You have a funny laugh or an annoying laugh, or you snort when you laugh, you'll be tossed right out.
No, I think that's all fine. It's the real disruptive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Patrick Warburton.live, by the way, for tickets. We're going to give away a pair, and it's at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood. It's the first part of the last date, I guess, of your nationwide tour, and then do you retire all of the things you've been working on all year?
It's really not, and I could have shot the special at the end. I mean, after like August, was it, or July 10th, I go back east, and I'm doing over a month. I'm doing 30 shows. So I'm doing New York, Boston, Connecticut, Boston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo. I mean, everywhere. And that's what you do. You get a rental car. I bring my sticks out there. I play golf with buddies at certain joints, and you just drive from city to city. So I decided to become a road weary comic at 60. But I am having the best, because I've never known this kind of autonomy. I've always been told what to do, what to say,
what to say. These are your lines.
I write all my own material. I found that for the most part, nobody knows how, dysfunctional and weird and can read you like you can't, you know what I'm saying? And you throw your own perspective. But, yeah.
The last time we had you on, we were talking about your golf tournament, which, by the way, has raised somewhere like close to $7 million, so which is incredible. And your golf game, you claim, is getting better. But now there's more and more stories of pros that are accidentally hitting errant shots and hitting fans, right? It happens all the time. Mm-hmm. Have you ever injured anyone by hitting an errant golf shot at one of your charity events?
Oh, my God, I did.
You did?
Well, that's
one of the St. Jude's kids?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Took out a kid. By the way, we've raised $40 million.
Oh, $40 million?
Yes, and by year
these
3,
numbers are very...
Well, by year 3, but they're talking about last year. So
that was last
year alone, we raised $6.5.
Wow.
Which is actually more than the FedEx Memphis St. Jude. So we beat St. Jude at St. Jude.
Damn.
Yeah, listen, we're proud of, the success of this event, and it's all for helping the greatest hospital in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
so many people, it inspires so many. But I stopped playing golf at my own event when I did hit the photographer. Now I had, it's a par 5. I had, like a rescue wood, and the photographer, I could see him about 70 yards up to the left, creep out from behind the bush with this camera. And I was thinking to myself, I wish he was not there. And I dead hook pulled that thing and kept it low off the ground. That took him right in the chest, and he dropped. And it was like a cartoon character. The camera's flying in the air, and he goes down. I thought I killed him. And I go up and I go, that's it. I'm done. And because there's just too much going on when you've got a huge event like this. And we have 2 full, tournaments. We have a concert where we have 9 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame artists on stage on the same night. I mean, it's a really big, fun event.
Sounds fun.
And in order to, cut time off of that, I just go, Clarky, who's our chairman, I go, I'm not going to play in my event anymore. I'm just going to stay on a hole, and then we'll do all the group photos there, and that'll save us an hour on the night of the concert. Because, literally back then, we put Stephen Stills on stage at 1 o'clock in the morning. You do not do that to a cranky old Stephen Stills.
Right.
I go, we got to get that started earlier, because we go forward.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. A little bit later, we're going to attempt to break Jake. That guy hasn't had a proper meal since he started on the Lasara.
What are you talking about? Eat beans, dude.
He's down 30 pounds. I don't know if you smell that barbecue wafting through the halls here at KROQ. You smell that? Yeah.
Dude, Klein's like a dog when it comes to barbecue.
I smelled it when they pulled in the parking lot. I was
That's
like, I think
crazy.
there's barbecue here. I was like, well, I got these giant pothole-sized nostrils.
I know,
Good
but
for
normally
something.
you can't really smell much.
Yeah, you're right. I can't. Like, Allie appreciates that because she's constantly making terrible smells in here, and I don't smell any of them. But barbecue, when it gets within like a 3-mile radius in the
you were
studio,
like, it's here. I was like, what? And then like 5 minutes later, Vanessa was like, so the barbecue's here.
Yeah, I smelled it before it arrived. Gundo Comedy and Barbecue Festival is happening today through Sunday. It's comedy and barbecue, and they brought by a ton of barbecue. We're going to bring Jake in here. The last time Jake was in here trying to eat, it was when we had those stacks of pancakes for Free Pancake Day, and he made it through. How many pancakes you go through, Jake?
I forget a bunch.
I think it was almost a 10.
He finished at least a stack, and then I think it was on the middle of the second stack. We're going to try to break Jake again today, this time with barbecue. But this guy, as you know, he's taking the shot, so he gets full very easily.
I know, and we were even asking him, you were like, hey, how you feeling? You feel like you want some barbecue right now? And he's like, nah, not really.
But
like previous Jake would have been all up in that, and he would have not only eaten an entire plate of barbecue or multiple, he would have taken multiple other ones home.
Yeah. I would have eaten it before we did the segment.
Yeah, and you already be eating it now. That's the thing that would always happen. Food would arrive here for
And
like
we'd be
something.
like, Jake, what?
Wait, Jake, why don't you wait till we do it? One time, Jake, we ate the whole thing we were going to use for the high voltage food review 2 hours before we got to the high voltage food review.
Yeah, I know.
Well, anyway, we'll attempt to break Jake with barbecue coming up a little bit later. So get ready for that. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you can find us there as well and see what it looks like. And now, though, we meet the kingpin of cheap on a Thrifty Thursday. Please say hi to El Cheapo.
It's time to talk to the kingpin of cheap. Here she is, El Cheapo.
And this El Cheapo is brought to you by American Tire Depot, who are the auto care experts, and they promise you have the cheapest tire prices every day at American Tire Depot. And I want to say, Jake is just taking advantage of a free meal, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Jake and me, it is our time right now to shine, because according to a new survey, 2 in 3 Americans believe that frugality and cheapness is an attractive trait.
So you find Jake attractive?
You're saying you're turned on by Jake?
No. I'm just saying Jake loves to save a buck too.
Right.
And he wants to take advantage of any free thing that he can get. He loves a free buffet. Any company lunch or anything like that, he is packing it in. He's like a hamster.
Don't bring Jake into your world, because Jake's actually not that cheap. Jake will go out and blow stupid money on comic books and Magic the Gathering cards. He makes a lot of impulsive, dumb buys. You would never stand for that. You are cheap and thrifty through and through. Mm-hmm. You would talk yourself out of a thing you really wanted, whereas Jake will convince himself why he has to go out and buy another random Spider-Man comic.
Oh, Katie the other day said that she heard about a really good smoothie at Erewhon and how it has like 20 different ingredients in it. I have now made a list to go track down these ingredients myself because
Jesus.
I refuse to pay $22 for a smoothie. I would rather buy ashwagandha myself and make this for $4 a day rather than $22 a day.
I'm sure the influencers will be lining up outside of Allie's door for her knockoff smoothie.
But Klein, everyone has a cheap flex. And I think because they're hot now, people should chime in with their cheap flexes. Things that you've done that are cheap, ways that you saved money, because that is what the hot new dating thing is now.
Yeah, people used to look at it as a giant turnoff. If you were to go out with someone and let's just say the bill came and they pulled out a Groupon or a few different Groupons and said, don't worry, I got this. There's a couple of promotions going on now.
Yeah,
or we're only going to dine during restaurant week in LA where everything's marked down. And now it has shifted because of how expensive everything has gotten, where people are almost more turned on by the people that have figured out ways to be cleverly thrifty.
56% of people say it is perfectly fine to use a coupon on a date, which I have done. Not a first date, but a date. No problem. 61% of people find frugality attractive in a partner. And 28% even consider it to be sexy in the current economic climate. And 56% of people have been turned off by a date trying to show off with money.
That's now become a turn off. What at one time was a turn on, I can't believe that when they asked if we wanted flat or sparkling water, the guy said, bring both. Ooh, fancy.
Have a good date tomorrow.
Usually you go, tap's fine, but you don't want to come across like a cheap loser. So
now
you go,
it's cool to be a cheap loser.
Now apparently that has become the sexy thing, and Allie thinks it's her time to shine.
And 37% of people, it's the last stat I'll give you, Klein, would be impressed if someone used rewards points to pay.
Oh, really?
For a dinner or for an experience. And everyone was very impressed at my rewards travel booking. I booked the flight back. I'm also opening a new card to take care of my hotel rooms. That'll be
exhausting. Exhausting.
I got pre-approved. All right. The card is in the mail. I'm going to do all my spending on that and getting a 75,000 point bonus. And then I'm going to have all my points racked up so I don't have to pay for a single room while I'm there.
This is like the new CrossFit. Hearing someone talk about this.
Put on the sexy music. I'll keep going. One time, I did a Groupon hot air balloon experience for $73, and it came with a free lunch. Yesterday, I bought popsicles that were regularly $6.49, but I got them for $2.99 with a digital coupon. I held up the line for 7 minutes.
This is doing it.
Thank you. Another time, I bought heels at TJ Maxx, and then I wore them to a wedding all night long. And the next morning, I returned them, and the lady judged me. But I said, "You can't judge me, Cynthia." And she gave me my money back.
If you think that you are sexy because you are cheap, or you have some way that you've cheaped out, which usually you were ashamed of, but now you have it as a flex because apparently people find this sexy, 2 out of 3. 2 in 3 Americans find this to be an attractive trait now. It has totally shifted. We'd love to hear from you at 800-520-1067.
Time to sex up the show.
Allie has decided that now, finally, she can use sexy as an adjective to describe her as she awkwardly shakes at the cameras on YouTube right now. Shake. I was so hungry for barbecue, and now I've lost my appetite altogether watching this. We'll take your cheap flexes on the Thrifty Thursday next with El Cheapo. Which means you get the opportunity now to tell us why you are sexy. And by sexy, we mean that you have figured out a way to be cheap. Let me say hi to Bobby. Bobby, you're on with the great El Cheapo on this Thrifty Thursday. Hello.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to be here.
Thank you. What's up, Bobby? Go ahead. You try to impress El Cheapo and prove that you're sexier than she is.
Okay, El Cheapo. So, I went to college once, and being in college, you get a couple discounts that go, broadly anywhere. One of my flexes was going to the movies for cheap. How tickets have kind of gone up. When I went in the one time, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're a student. You can get this senior discount. It's like a student discount." So I've just been using that ever since. I'm out of college. It's been some years.
Yeah, you are.
I still get my senior discount, and it works pretty nice.
So you claim you're still a senior in college? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm still a senior in college, or I still get those college benefits.
And how long have you been out of college?
I've been out of college for probably 3-4 years now.
Oh, yeah, you can use that. That's like a 6-year-old still going to Disneyland saying they're under 3.
I was so mad the day I lost my student ID because I was using it for everything. I think up to like 10 years after.
I think the Apple Store, at least if you've had a cool employee there, they'll accept. They don't even care if, like, they know I'm not in college right now. But if I show them any sort of a school ID, even if it's just a picture of one that I have in my phone, they're like, "All right, we'll go ahead and give you that."
Yeah, I know they don't care.
It's 5%. They don't really care. It's not that much. It's not gonna. I don't think we're gonna bankrupt Apple by using the student ID still.
But that is hot.
Hey, Eric, go ahead. You're on. Allie wants to try to turn on Allie now because apparently cheap is the new sexy. And 2 out of 3 people say that they find that to be a turn on instead of a turn off, which at one time I would have imagined if you used a coupon on a date, there would be a 100% chance you would not be getting laid that night. And apparently that has all shifted. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, good morning, Sweet Dibs. So I recently took my car to the dealership, and they're saying, "Oh, I need all this work on my front end. It's like going to be $4,500 in labor." And go look on YouTube. And I know how to do all this stuff, so I spent $300 or $400 on the parts and able to replace them all myself.
That is so good. You know why? Because you learned something, and now you can apply those skills to future projects, and you can save money not only one time, but in the long run.
Didn't you try to YouTube your own dental work, and now you just recently had to get 7 cavities filled because when you attempted to learn how to do it yourself?
I didn't YouTube dental work.
She also tried to YouTube how to break into her car. She couldn't do that either.
Oh, that's right. There was a few things she's attempted to. She's done this exact method to try to save money.
I was YouTubing how to fix my dishwasher last night.
Well, that is going to be a broken dishwasher.
Yeah,
and I
the
understand.
thing is with these YouTube videos, if you run into one problem or one thing that's different about the video versus what you're doing, once I run into an obstacle, I have no idea what to do. But I have fixed my toilet using YouTube videos and many other things, and I've saved thousands.
I thought you had to have a professional guy come and fix your toilet because you
that was a different toilet, different issue that I could not fix.
Didn't they rip you off too? He had to come back.
Yes,
and
because
you paid him twice.
Yes, because I wasn't there.
Every time you try to bring up one of your cheap flexes, it is completely backfired. I'm telling you.
But now I have a $50 credit for the next one because he overcharged me for the first one.
Here's what I know about this lady. She's going to have another toilet issue, so I will go ahead and give her the credit up front.
You know, I have a cheap flex for Allie.
Oh, go ahead, see if it turns her on.
I don't know if you've noticed that recently a lot of the outlet stores have been popping up, and usually when you go, they promise you that they have these high-ticket items from Amazon, you know, returns or whatever, and usually it's just crap. But I have found an outlet that I follow on Instagram, and they have legit stuff from Target and Costco, and they're all brand new in a box, and they are 50% off to 75% off of stuff.
What?
You know,
did you
my
get?
kids. So my kids are into these cups called Awala cups, I want to say. These are $30 cups. They had them there for $5.
And they were unopened?
Crazy.
Real
they
ones
were brand
or
new.
knockoffs?
Real ones. No, real ones.
Because I can get you pretty much anything you want, but like a lead-based paint
Shut up,
version
Klein.
of it.
Stay out of it.
I'm just saying.
And then, you know, it was funny because we were there yesterday. We need new pillows, and we got some Sealy and Serta pillows.
Yeah.
I think they were $100, and we got them for $25.
Will you please send me the information for that?
I will.
Instagram
I'm not going to
account?
say it on the air, but I will send you the information.
That's when you know it's good, is when you don't want to share it.
Allie's about to have a full orgasm hearing this right now. This is cheap as the new sexy. Go
Come
ahead.
on, keep it going.
Rudy, go ahead. Hi, Rudy.
Hi, how you guys doing, man? Recently, I was in El Salvador, and I went on a
Is that where you got your cell phone plan?
Ooh, living in El Salvador.
Ellie is so turned on by that. Yeah.
I bet gas is so much less
You get
expensive.
a studio apartment for $6 and a button. All right, hold on. Let me say hi to Alicia. Alicia, go ahead. El Cheapo is so proud. Today is her day because apparently cheap is the new sexy. What do you do?
So basically, I'd like to get gel nail polish, you know, at the salon. I get my manicure, my pedicure. And to keep that up, you need to go about every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a scam.
But what I do is I use regular nail polish from the, you know, like Walgreens or whatever, and paint the base where it grows out. And the funny thing is I get compliments even though it doesn't match the color.
Ooh, that's hot.
So it'll extend it by at least 2 weeks. So I could go like once a month or so.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Even
should-
though it
So-
doesn't match, everyone gives you compliments.
You should just get gloves. I mean, it seems like a great way to save money on getting manicures all the time, right?
You know, you can save even more money by never painting them in the first place.
Yeah.
That's what I
like
do.
With look at Allie. She's
Toes,
ready to
too.
go.
They're bare and naked buns.
Everyone goes, did you go natural? And Allie goes, oh, I went natural.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing on here.
This is just nature.
Ugh, that's gross. Every once in a while, I go, oh, Allie painted one nail, and I realize it's just filth.
No, at this point, it's been so long that if I did paint them, I get very disturbed by it and I have to take it off.
All right, I will give one more person. James, let's see if you can really get Allie worked up now. She's so excited because cheap means sexy. That is all shifted. Society is on board. Go ahead, James. The final word goes to you.
All right. So we all know Disneyland's expensive, so we try to save as much as we can while going there.
Oh, yes. I'd love to finish with a Disneyland Cheapo story.
This may send Allie over the edge.
Hopefully it does. I'll get you there. $35 for parking, but if you take the bus, round trip, $4. And it drops you off right in the front.
I love how you're trying to do a sexy voice.
Let me give you the music.
And it drops you off right in the front.
Be sexy if it dropped you off in the back.
All right, $4 bus. I'm on it.
All right.
Now what?
And now, instead of spending more than already $35, you have that, that $31 to spend in the park, and you're good for the day. Disney on $35.
You still spent the $31.
Allie, in Allie's world, she keeps that money.
Oh, yeah.
It's KROQ.
Time stood still.
which generation you identify with. Are you a Gen Xer, a Gen Zer, a millennial, a Zennial, or somewhere else? Well, you'll have an opportunity to earn bragging rights next hour for your generation and tickets to a festival happening this weekend. They will have many generations represented. Cali Vibes all over the place. Some bands you were into from high school, middle school, current day. They're all over the place. We get you VIP KROQ style in a private little area at Cali Vibes, Long Beach this weekend. And the winner of Generation Wars will score themselves tickets. I mean, I would argue more importantly, they get bragging rights for their generation, but they will also get tickets. New science is out, and they claim that after crunching the numbers, they have officially identified which generation actually is the coolest.
Really?
Everyone thinks their generation is the coolest, and the other ones all around them suck.
I always thought millennials was the best, but then every time we play this, millennials drop the ball. Man.
Every time. They've been the worst contestants in Generation generation works
It's so
almost always.
disappointing.
So, but science is weighed in, and we will get into that next hour. But if you are a representative of a generation and you are a proud millennial or Gen Xer or Gen Zer or what's the new one called? The
Alpha.
If you're an alpha and you'd like to join us, that'll be coming up next hour, and you could win some Cali Vibes tickets. Quick break, back with your news and more show next.
Klein Alley Show.
The world famous KROQ.
KROQ. Good.
Or 5 hours of the concert, but it's been great.
You know, Klein, how do you feel now about the fact that you raised $6,000 for the Special Olympics and pierced your nipple over it?
I pierced the nipple, and all I got was $6,000 for the Special Olympics.
We really got to up our charity game.
$6.5 million.
But he did pierce his nipple just for the cause.
I did.
So that's something maybe you can add in next year.
A pierced nipple?
Yeah, just to reach a certain quota.
Yeah, too late, Allie. Too late. Look at Patrick Warburton. As you know, the nipple is the inspiration. I want to play you a clip from his comedy, which you'll be able to see. We have a pair of tickets to give you. It's happening Saturday, North Hollywood. You will be a part of the special, PatrickWarburton.live for tickets. But here is just a clip, and trust me when I say the man has figured out stand-up very quickly.
I remember when I was in 6th grade, we had a priest come to our class, and he was the head of the National Catholic Boys Choir. And they got to travel the world. They got to go to Austria and sing. And I went home. I said, Daddy, I want to be in that boys' choir. And he goes, well, all right, we'll get you an audition. So the priest came over to our house, and my dad got on the keys, and I guess they were testing to see whether or not I cut the mustard. And I don't know what the official diagnosis was, tone deaf or something like that. But I didn't get to be in that boys' choir. I did not get to go to Austria. And that's the story of how I never got molested. So. That's really just the build-up for the joke, because actually I go into perspective.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's
you know
great.
What I'm saying?
It's the
so
beginning.
That's just the beginning.
When we return, the man versus the fans with great Patrick Warburton next. KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ.
KROQ Klein Alley Show in the studio right now. The man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Warburton, who will be doing a live stand-up event on Saturday, June 7th. It's a taping for a special, the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood, and tickets at PatrickWarburton.live. We have a pair to give you at the conclusion of this exciting game, which is something that we do from time to time when people get to battle their actual fans. It's time for the man versus the fans. Now, once you've played a lot of roles in shows. Once you move on past those projects, do you tend to just forget everything because you're on to the next thing? Because this is where the fans, I feel like, have the advantage over you, even though you played these parts. We, study these, and we've seen these episodes of Seinfeld a million times, right? Do you know your stuff still? Like, could you go in and do an episode tomorrow and you'd know your lines?
Well, I don't know if I know my lines. I kind of know what to do. You know, Putty was a bit of a dolt.
Yeah.
Stupid.
One of the greats. Yeah. One of the greats. I would argue the greatest. Do you think there was a better peripheral character in that entire show than Putty?
It was fun. I look back at, how that all went down, which is cool because that was our favorite show. My wife and I, we watched every, Thursday. And then a guy was like, gosh damn it, I wish I could get on this show. And then 2 weeks later I had an audition.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and at the time I was jumping around doing a bunch of shows, so I didn't have to go in for casting. So I went immediately in for producers, which is Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David. And so I did some stuff, and then they laughed, and I go, oh, that went well. And so I did it. They brought me back, but then I couldn't do it again for the next couple of years because I was signed to another show on another network, and they wouldn't let me out. But then they canceled that show, and then I crossed paths with Jerry, and Jerry's like, hey, can you come on the show for the last season? And I go, let me check my schedule.
But your dad wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, Dad wasn't.
He hated your character on Seinfeld, right?
Well, they came to love it, They did after a while. It's kind of like if you can't beat him, join him. But I got a 6-page letter from him when I did that first episode.
Really?
Yeah. How disappointed he was. It was the move episode. I stole, Elaine's move.
Of course.
I stole Jerry's move, and I used it on Elaine.
The swirl, the twist.
This did not treat the sexual act with any sanctity. Dad, you should see some of the free porn I watch. There's very little sanctity.
I would imagine.
Very little sanctity going on.
Representing, this is your fan, representing one of your finest animated roles, and your voice is in a lot of stuff, but he believes that The Emperor's New Groove is the greatest movie that ever was and ever will be, and here's a clip.
Oh, right. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specially to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. Fat poison.
Yes, fat poison.
Let's bring in Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy is going to battle you in one question about this fine project. Johnny, please get in here and say hi to the man that created one of the finest animated voices in the history of... You believe this is your favorite movie ever, Johnny?
Not the finest, the greatest.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We're saying the same thing, you idiot.
Not the finest, the sort of finest.
Those are those synonyms. You don't understand.
Well, you're
that.
not alone, Johnny.
Look at
661 said the Emperor's New Groove is quoted by in my home on a weekly, if not daily basis. My sister and I had it on VHS as kids, and my kids watch it all the time. So we're passing it down from generation.
Here we go.
Well, well, look at this handsome young fellow. That didn't come across as creepy.
Yeah, not at all, right? Yes. Here we go. One question each. It's time for the man to battle the fan. First question goes to the fan. What is KROQ's real full name? Johnny, you are a fan. You should know this.
They don't...
Come on, you claim you're a fan. What is KROQ's real first name, total name, full name?
Kronkelius.
Wow.
Kronkelius the Third, right?
Is that from memory, or you're just guessing?
I just refer to Yzma always referring to him as Kronk. Kronk.
You know your full name, Patrick?
Absolutely not.
Oh, you don't know it either?
Thank you, see?
Kronker Pepe Kronkatits. Which I don't think I can say on the radio.
I think you need to jump out of that.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
You made that up right now.
I think this was just creator notes.
Yes, bro.
Your question now for Patrick. So no point for the fan. Let's see if the man gets a point. Which major company produced Emperor's New Groove?
Oh, tough question.
Disney, right?
All right, that is correct. You get the point.
I mean, it could be that easy.
The man gets the point. The fan gets no points. Get out of here, Johnny.
That was a soft serve right
Allie,
there.
you're next. Allie is representing...
Johnny, I'm apologizing
Get
for
out
that.
of here,
That's
Johnny.
not fair. That's
You
not fair.
lose.
That's not
Patrick
fair.
Warburton is in here to prove that the man knows more than the fan. Allie, you're representing fans of Family Guy.
Yeah.
As you know, Joe Swanson, one of the finest...
Wheelchair Joe.
Maybe the greatest animated handy-capable character in the history of film, TV.
What's Joe's real first name?
That's your question.
Joculus the Third.
Here is a clip from Family Guy.
This is my wheelchair. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my wheelchair is useless. Without my wheelchair, I am useless.
Allie representing the fan. Here is your question.
All right.
What is the one thing on Spooner Street that Joe pays for that none of his actual neighbors pay for?
What?
It's a fair question for any fan of Family Guy.
His house?
No.
I don't know.
Patrick, you know this one?
No.
Cable. The only guy that actually paid for
he's
cable.
a cop. He's going to walk the line, you know what I'm saying? Except when he's not walking the line, because he doesn't walk the line.
Your question, to see if you know more as the man than the fan, is spell Joe. That is your first name.
Oh, come on, Klein. These are skewed questions.
J-O-P-H.
Somehow that is still right. He gets the point. Now, I don't
You
get
know
to...
what? This is fixed.
I didn't get to write the next question
Sorry,
because it's a Seinfeld question, and I am, I believe, the biggest Seinfeld fan that ever was and ever will be. But here's a clip, of course, Putty.
What is that?
It's my new coat.
You ditched the fur?
Yeah, I saw Jerry wearing his. He looked like a bit of a dandy. Check it out. Hey, Paul. You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
All right, go ahead. Whatever question you have, I'm prepared to answer.
All right, Klein. What was Putty's favorite radio station?
KROQ. No. I mean, he was a fan of. I mean, that's not a fair, Christian radio. He loved religious radio.
I need the actual.
Oh, stop
frequency.
it! That's ridiculous. That's a stupid question.
Way to go, Allie. You know what? Hammer him back.
No, don't hammer me back. No.
If you're going to give these kinds of questions to us, then we're going to give it back to you.
Preset all of Elaine's car radio stations.
To what?
Love the Lord, like that sort of stuff.
88.9 AM. AM is what
BS.
I was looking for.
He wouldn't have even known that one. That's crazy. What's his question?
Here, Patrick. What was Putty's job?
Oh, stop it. Mechanic. Everyone knows it.
Yeah,
Grease
and
monkey.
car salesman.
Right, yeah. He's had a lot of great jobs. And he was a lover. Great lover, too. All right, whatever.
That
fine.
sounded weird.
You know, Putty's favorite radio station was KROQ, man. I grew up on KROQ. Look, I grew up in Huntington Beach. I went to Newport Harbor High School. I mean, and that was, everybody took such great pride because KROQ changed the world of music, you know what I'm saying? I had buddies that, worked on the station a little bit and helped out and stuff. They even created like a fake slogan called Team Swollen Team Swollen, which really meant nothing. And we had those bumper stickers everywhere, but we had them all like Rachel Donahue, Jed the Fish. They all had these Team Swollen stickers on the back. All this underground, KROQ
That's
stuff.
great, dude. What a tribute. We lost Jed recently, unfortunately.
I know.
Jed passed.
Yeah,
It's very sad, but nice to know that Putty grew up a diehard KROQ fan.
I believe that we had, like, at Orange Coast College, Black Flag play at lunch one day. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that went on down there in Orange County.
That's so cool.
Who else has Black Flag play at lunch?
Yeah, wow.
I hate to bring this whole thing down now by letting Jake have a turn, but Jake's a big fan of the Tick, and he did want to battle the man in one question, the final round of the man versus the fan. Please bring
in. Are these questions going to be equal?
Please bring in Jake the
difficulty?
Nerd. These are equal difficulty. Jake
what color was the Tick?
That was blue.
No, that's not your question,
All
Jake.
right, thank
Jake,
you.
Say hi to Patrick. I know you're
Patrick,
a huge
hang
fan.
on, man.
What is the exact height and weight of the Tick, Jake?
Oh, he's I think between 7 and 8 feet and 300 and 400 pounds. What he said.
How do you know that?
Wow, he actually got it right. He wasn't supposed to know that one. 7 feet. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Coming up in a few moments, we will invite you to join us if you would like to represent your generation in a brand new round of Generation Wars. Could score yourself some tickets to Cali Vibes this weekend, VIP style. And then in about an hour, get you into the Hollywood Bowl for Mumford Sons. And there's been a new KROQ pre-party added, which we'll tell you all about coming up later this morning. Right now, though, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, today's the day. The new Nintendo Switch is here. People have been camped outside of GameStop for hours waiting to get their hands on one. The lines for Best Buy and Target stores are around the block.
How can you tell anymore in L.A. who's camped out for a Switch and who's just living on the sidewalk?
I don't think we know.
It used to be like, oh my God, this must be a big thing going for sale. Look at all these tents that have just been popped up in the middle of the street. I don't know what concert and or thing is being released tomorrow, but it must be a new iPhone now.
Or it could be a new pop-up barbecue spot.
Oh,
you have no idea.
Just go, what are you waiting in line for? And the guy's like, I don't have a house. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Get back to it.
I want a Switch.
Yeah,
it's
great.
We could bet on it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I just get cut in front of your tent here? I'm trying to spend money on another handheld
I'm
video
going to spend
game
$500 on a video game console. So, yeah, the original Switch came out 8 years ago, and it was $300. This one is going for $449 as the basic one, or you can get it with like a Mario Kart bundle pre-installed for $500. It's got a bigger screen, it's got more storage, it's got a cool new NVIDIA chip, it's got 4K video, and better battery life. And yeah, they were interviewing some people. Like, it comes out today, but some people had gotten there as early as 5 p.m. yesterday just to wait in line for these things, which I feel like is kind of a throwback because people now wait in virtual lines. For concerts and stuff like that, there's not a lot of people who wait in physical lines anymore. Right. So it is kind of like, even for Black Friday, people aren't really waiting in lines as much as they
used to earn, like, if you got a big deal on Black Friday, it meant you got trampled, you have an injury, but you got that, huge TV for $11 because it was a doorbuster deal.
It was all about the PlayStation for me, dude.
Yeah.
I was one of those guys, and I resold it for like, I think I bought it for $500, ended up selling it for $1,200.
See, it's funny.
Wow.
I have a real problem because I don't think you guys are in it you're in it for a different type of greed, which is how can I profit off of this? Like, you're in it to resell it.
Yeah.
And I always have an issue, and not that there aren't a lot of people that have been successful at doing this, but I think
You've tried to do it.
Unsuccessfully every time.
That's
so you're jealous.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't figure out how to make a profit. But
it's so hard.
I would like to believe that everyone who's fighting to get whatever that deal is or get the new Switch
wants to play it.
Is in it because they're into it. They're geeking out on it and they want it.
Yeah. I like to think that.
I would like to get one just so that I've never played a Nintendo Switch before in my life. I would like to get it just to start playing it around my house for another round of Klein's Kids Hate Him.
Just so that they can be jealous and pissed off that you're playing video games.
Yeah, like if they come home from school and see that's on the table today, and they're like, "Oh my God, a Nintendo Switch!"
Oh my God, a new screen!
That's Daddy's Switch. You can't play with
Daddy's Switch. Okay?
Daddy's Switch.
But you're right.
Lose it.
I do think that when people are buying the Switch, something like that, you want them to be playing it. But then when it comes to like Labubu's, I'm like, I hope people are just reselling this to some idiot.
Yeah, but once you get once you get rid of all the resellers, I think all of a sudden
the line dwindles, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you're like, show of hands, anyone here keeping this, or we all just trying to make money? Yeah. Everyone's like, we're just trying to make money.
You could ask people in line one question about the Switch and see if they could even answer it.
Right.
They just want it.
Their answer's eBay. You know what their plan is.
All right, this story is tragic, and I guess this was not far from you, Klein, in your neighborhood. So this happened yesterday. This kid
oh my God, I don't want to hear about it.
in the parking lot of his school. Yeah, this happened at Campbell Hall School, which is a K-12. It was a 15-year-old kid. This happened at 3 p.m., so it was right when school was getting out. A lot of the students are walking through the parking lot. Some of them are walking to their cars or getting picked up by siblings or parents. This kid was walking in between two cars. So there was a green Rivian truck, and he walked in front of that, and there was an SUV in front of that truck. The person that was in the Rivian truck, I guess, hit the gas unintentionally when they meant to hit the brake, and the car zoomed, because those cars go forward very fast.
Oh, yeah, the torque on those things are crazy.
Yeah, so it went forward and pinned him in between the two cars, and
ninth grader, so
unfortunately
sad.
Passed away. Yeah, 15-year-old kid, and some other
I saw a bunch of
students were injured.
Helicopters hovering, and usually when you see 2 or 3, you go, something not good is going on. And I hope selfishly, it's just a high-speed chase, But then when you find out about what happened, it's so sad. And the reality is, if you have a kid, at some point you will be in a pickup. Doesn't matter where they go to school, preschool. At some point you will be in that pick-up or drop-off line, and it feels always like chaos. And
I guess there's a carpool.
There's carpool lines, there's pickup lines, there's cones. Everyone is, and
But also some parents are dumbasses and they try to beat the system.
Yeah,
and they're not patient. Which lends to the problem.
Yeah, and to be honest, no one is patient at that time because everyone just wants to get home. I've been in a million.
Or you want the kid to walk farther than the drop-off area because
they're waving them over.
Come over
here!
Yeah,
and they're putting your kid in danger.
And I don't know if any of that was a result of what happened yesterday, which just could have been one of those just really sad things. But still, it is. I don't know why we don't have a better system in place for these pick-up and drop-off situations. And I know every school thinks they got it right, and it's so sad.
No matter what, it's just a bunch
of
people that are all doing one thing at one time.
Right.
Like 3 o'clock, hundreds of students need to be picked up.
Right.
There's no efficient way to do that. And apparently the person that was in the Rivian was an older sibling that was picking up their younger sister. So, and they were driving their parents' Rivian, so they didn't necessarily they weren't super familiar with the car.
I wonder if this is, potentially a Rivian problem, because remember that actor from Severance that ran into this building unexpectedly and he wasn't under the influence?
Friend. He drove to the pizza place.
Yeah.
Was that a Rivian too?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was a Rivian too.
And he wasn't under the influence or anything.
Right.
And it was a situation where it was it randomly lurched forward, and I don't know if it was because he accidentally pressed on the gas instead of the brake. It feels like that would not be a mistake that a rookie would make. Or it wouldn't, even somebody who's been driving a little while would know the difference between the gas and the brake. And what is it about a Rivian that makes it so confusing? All right, we're not really celebrity hot goss people on the show, but Chris Martin is single again.
I thought he told us this when we were with him. I thought we knew that he was breaking up with what's her face.
Well, that happened, and then they got back together, I guess. So they had been together for 8 years. He was with Dakota Johnson. They were engaged as well, and just because everyone wants to have sex with Chris Martin, no matter who you are or who you sleep with regularly, they had broken up. There were these rumors that they broke up and called off their engagement. Then they were back together, and then now the announcement is that they are officially broken up again, and they said it's, quote, for real this time. So Chris Martin is
we've all said that before.
Single.
we know what you're saying.
A few months goes by and you go back to the old well, don't you?
I get it.
Dakota Johnson was, I think, one of the late night shows. I think Jimmy Fallon, and she had them on display. She's single.
She's showing off. She's basically saying, I'm available.
She's
back on the market.
Mm-hmm. She would have been wearing a turtleneck if she was still with Chris Martin.
Yeah. She's letting everyone know. Well, Chris said she got a little old for his liking, and now he's into Dakota Fanning.
He's just moving on to
other
moving
to younger Dakotas. That's not true. We made that up. He's a very nice guy. I hope he finds love. Let's get into a brand new hour of the show right now.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
It's been torture in here for about the last 30 minutes because there have been platters of barbecue that are now placed all around the KROQ studios. Don't believe us? Check out YouTube. It's getting ready for some giant comedy barbecue festival happening in El Segundo all weekend. I guess the music stuff and comedy starts today, and then you've got our buddy Brad Williams will be there. There's a bunch of funny comedians, but more importantly, at least for our sake, we're going to try to break Jake. Now, Jake has been on the weight loss jab courtesy of Lasara, and he's lost a ton of weight, over 30 pounds. He looks great, but we feel bad for Jake because we don't think he's had a proper meal in a while. So we are going to put platters and platters and platters of pulled pork and ribs and brisket in front of you, Jake, and see just how much you can devour. The Jake I knew before you were losing weight would have probably gone through at least 3 or 4 pigs worth of barbecue. Maybe a couple of cattles as well.
I mean, one of my first times witnessing just how much Jake could eat was when we were in Vegas, and there was that buffet.
Oh, yeah.
And he even showed up a little later than we did, and I think he was on plate number 4 when I left.
He made it up to 12 plates.
He did?
Yeah, 12, but he said the dessert ones didn't count because they were smaller plates.
Hey, Jake, on this drug that you're on, does it make you just not want to eat, or do you get that full feeling?
Well, that's kind of one and the same, isn't it?
No,
Like
because that
you
full
don't
feeling is that you're stuffed. You know what I mean? You get that satisfied feeling, but is food just not appetizing to you anymore, I guess?
Food's appetizing, but yeah, you feel like full. You feel like you don't need to eat.
Yeah,
you feel full. Okay.
But here's the thing: we want to, as we attempt to break Jake today on the show, you understand that Allie and I both desperately would like to eat this barbecue. It looks great.
Would like to. You've already been.
Well, I tried a piece of it just to make sure. I just tried a little piece, but the reality is we can't get it unless you give up. So, Jake, if you eat it all, we don't get any of it. That's my point. If you eat all of it,
there's your incentive. Our torture.
Yeah, we will not get it. I tried a little piece of this brisket, and it is unbelievable. I mean, it's really good.
Klein's been thinking of nothing but this brisket for the last hour.
My mouth has been watering since it got here.
When you eat a normal meal, Jake, how many bites till you feel full?
I actually stop before I feel full because if I overeat, I feel like real bad later.
Wow.
And you have a date tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I got a hot date tomorrow.
So, like, your dinner the other day was like one taco, right? One taco fills you up?
No, the other day I just had beans.
You really just had beans?
Beans and spinach.
Hey, yesterday we talked about it. Jake's going to launch his own bean company, and there's already great theme songs that have been left on the goat line. But his favorite band, Tool. Listen to this.
Here's a product waiting for your fat ass, dirty dollar. Shut up and buy, 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 buy. Jake Shack beans, buy.
That's supposed to be a Tool cover. It's Jake Shack Beans. Already jingles are rolling through on the goat line for Jake Shack Beans.
That's a good cover.
The official barbecue eating can begin. That was not Maynard.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
You wouldn't know. You can't see him.
You can't see him. Who knows what he looks like, right?
Buy, send more money. Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, buddy. Hi, Jake Shack Beans. Now available at wherever fine canned goods is sold.
Yeah.
Get yours today. Toot toot. Wee.
That's Jake Shack Beans coming soon to a store near you. All right, when we come back from this one from Jimmy Eat World, Jake will attempt to eat the world. That's right. We can't wait to get into it, and it will be happening next. Break Jake on KROQ. this show. Jimmy World right there. Jake is about to be broken, courtesy of this show. Can we break Jake?
Yeah.
Can he eat through what has been now over 30 pounds of weight loss in the last month and a half?
Can he gain it back in a day?
Platters and platters of meat in front of him right now. I don't know how many pounds.
That's awesome.
How many pounds of meat would you guess that is? It's probably as much as you've lost. I'd say it's about 30 pounds.
I feel like it's almost like over a pound a plate.
Oh, way more than that, dude. That's way more than a pound
Yeah,
of plate.
I think there's probably at least 5 pounds of meat.
It seems like 5 pounds of plate. It's a mountain of meat in front of you. By the way, we're doing this because Gundo Comedy and Barbecue Festival is happening in El Segundo, June 5th through the 8th, and that includes comedy shows. Our buddy Brett Williams will be there, Jeremiah Watkins, good lineup of comedians, tons of barbecue. One of the pit masters that I think made some of this meat in front of you came all the way from Australia just to do some barbecue here in America.
Yeah, I know.
So...
And I bet that Brad and Jake probably can eat the same amount of barbecue at this point.
I used to be able to eat Brad.
I think that Brad may weigh more than Jake now, and he's only a half a person.
Yeah.
So think about that for a second.
He's got that massive head.
I believe that is the socially acceptable term.
I need to go there.
Half a person. The big head was
You're
unnecessary.
listening, Brad. We love you.
Brad, you know we're boys, right? All right.
But your butt would be delicious.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If we're going to go cannibalistic on Brad Williams, we all start with the giant door fast, right? Right? Who's with me?
Right?
All right. You ready for this, Jake? So normally now, when's the last time you've actually had a feast of this, like in front of you?
Like this? The last time I had a feast like this was that weekend that we did the Last Supper.
Now
we brought in all that food.
Oh, yeah. We should do
summer-
a side-by-side.
Yeah,
Because
the-
even him eating it,
Right.
he's looks so much thinner.
When we did the Last Supper here, which was when you kicked off your weight loss journey, we brought in all your favorite foods. You got to
That
put
was
together your
awesome.
final, like you were a prisoner on death row.
And
You
I
gave
ate
us-
it all weekend.
And we gave you everything you want.
Yeah.
Pizzas and hush puppies and all this random crap you wanted. We
I think
found
he
it
gained
all.
3 pounds just that weekend.
Just on that supper.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So
I went
now,
crazy.
so this is the first feast you've had. And the question is, here's the thing. Allie and I really want this food.
Yeah. So I want to lick it. Can I just lick it?
Oh, man.
Oh, God, it would be so
I'd probably
boring.
still eat it.
Yeah, that's not
Really?
gonna stop out. Yeah.
Would you really?
I would tap out.
Oh,
if you
then,
licked it
then
all.
I do want to lick it then.
Don't lick it, Jake.
No, because I can eat this all weekend.
No.
It's just such a douchey thing to do.
Why would you just lick all the food?
Because I want to take it.
But the segment is not take it home and eat it over the
It's not
weekend.
claim it by licking
What's
it.
the segment? Oh, break Jake.
You break Jake, which is how much of this can you eat before you physically can no longer eat? You were
Well,
on.
see, I can't do that because it's gonna be. If I do that, I'm gonna feel like complete hell.
What do
later.
you think do you think he can eat one plate?
I think that Jake, previous to the Lasara, could have eaten all of this over the course of maybe the entire show. 4-hour show, he would have finished all
Well,
of
and
this meat.
barbecue too. Like it's not like yes, it is
It's not like
filling.
bread, yeah.
but if you
Yeah,
like
you can
mac
rebound
and
really quick.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is all good protein, by the way. I mean, this is. I'm
Oh,
looking,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
what are you looking in front of you? I see some is that pulled pork there?
Yeah, pulled pork,
Brisket.
brisket. Yeah,
And some ribs, I think.
yeah, it looks great.
So,
So just dig in, I guess.
yeah, Jake, can we break? Allie, do you think he can finish an entire plate?
I think he's going to.
What was your dinner last night? Just what's the last thing you ate before you start?
The last thing I ate was half a habanero beef stick, or actually a third of it.
You couldn't even eat the whole thing.
You ate half a beef stick?
Yeah, like late.
And then
last
what
night.
happened? You were full, or?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is gonna go terrible.
So he's going to tap out with just like a couple of bites here.
These are so small.
All right, Jake is
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't possibly finish this beef stick.
Half of one?
Jake just ate his first piece of barbecue right now. It is. How's it taste on the tongue?
Awesome.
Yeah. See, just poor Jake hasn't had a meal in a while, and now he's really feasting.
Yeah.
See, I think he's going to eat through whatever Lasara's given him. And
Well, and he does have the will to break through.
he does. And if he knows it's going to ruin our day because we don't get any of the barbecue because he eats it all, then I feel like that Jake is so spiteful and he wants to be right all the time that the idea that he knows. If you remember the day, Allie, when I was getting my colonoscopy and you guys brought in all that
I
food.
remember. Yes.
Everyone brought in food that I wanted. I couldn't eat any of it. Jake ate all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That day he went to town.
Yeah, he loves just seeing you suffer
Right.
while
so
he's eating.
That's my point. Is I think he would rather suffer himself to
and
know
you're not eating it.
to know that I'm suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm bummed that I can't just take it all.
What? Where's your Vanessa? Go ahead, say your thing. I know you're thinking it.
I'm thinking no.
No,
Wait,
not you. Not you, real Vanessa. I'm talking about Omar Vanessa. Hold on.
Jay.
That's right. Well said, Vanessa.
That's not what
I
I'm
can't
thinking.
take-
I'm thinking inclusion.
Yeah.
I can't take all this meat.
Yeah, keep going, Jake. Keep saying it. Hold on. Jake is now plattering that. You can watch this on YouTube right now. We're streaming live. But Jake, in case you're wondering, is making his way. I'd say he's 20% of the way through plate number 1 already. And I think this is the most Jake has eaten at one time.
Less than 20.
Since he started doing it.
208 thinks that we're really screwing Jake for his date tomorrow.
Well, that is the potential thing that could happen here, is that Jake could be in such bad shape after this meal that he may have to cancel his date tomorrow. Which would be hilarious because, as someone pointed out, whenever Jake brings up his new love interest on the show, that is as soon as he mushes the relationship.
Yeah, we're cursing.
Whenever he does stuff quietly, we don't know about it. We hear about it behind the scenes. It's going great. As soon as we talk about it on the show, it's game over.
Oh, that's super good.
What are you eating now?
This is the pulled pork.
You moved over. You started with the brisket. Now you're over to the pulled pork. Wow, Jay, I'm shocked.
Klein is so jealous.
I'm so jealous right now.
What do you eat now? How is it?
I'm so, but also I'm surprised he's still going because I really thought Jake would have had like a few bites and he would have been game over.
No, he's still pushing through.
How are you feeling right now in the stomach?
Full.
Really?
Yeah.
Already? Wow.
Oh my God, I could eat way more than that.
Now it looks like you have the meat sweats, but did you come in here with that already?
This is normal sweats.
Oh, those are normal sweats.
Those are Jake sweats.
Those are Jake sweats.
Yeah.
And now, if he can't finish even one plate of this, I'm curious if Vanessa can finish more than Jake. Because Vanessa is a tiny little person.
Right, child.
Tiny little person.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Vanessa.
But I think that she could take down a plate of this barbecue. Do you think you could, Vanessa?
Oh, that's like a lot of like it looks delicious, but I'm just overwhelmed by how much meat it is.
You said you wished there was more.
I said I wish there was a piece of corn.
Oh.
Literally what I said.
That's what you said?
Yeah,
something a child would say, for sure.
Yeah, right?
Something a child would say, for sure. There's a big
But
giant,
like the little salad ones?
the little baby corn. You're presented with a giant platter of barbecue, and you go, I want corn.
I love French fries.
All right, guys.
Is that it?
This is it right here.
You're tapping out? That's
This is
it?
the last bite right here.
Why? What's going on with
This
you?
segment would have lasted all
my
hour
God.
long.
I'm done after this. I feel full right now, but this is it. Because it's so good. I'm going to take this one last bite. And
That's a massive forkful, though. There he is. Jake is done. He's throwing the fork down. That means
Not even half a plate, Klein.
Not even half.
So sad. Wow.
so sad.
The Jake,
Perfect. Now Klein and Allie can do it next.
the Jake I used to know would have eaten all of this. He wouldn't have
I
left
like
any
this
of
new
it.
Jake.
I'm going to lick these plates, though.
310 says.
Yes, do it. Look it.
310 says, knowing Jake, he's going to eat until he throws up, and then he's going to puke on the other plates just so Klein and Allie can't have any. And then he's going to say, the
Stop
ace.
giving him ideas.
The ace. All right, well, there you have it. All right, thank you, Gundo, and congratulations on bringing comedy and barbecue together. And also, Gundo, Jake, how you feeling right now?
Stuffed. Absolutely stuffed.
Wow.
Sarah does work.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug your Lasara. Go ahead.
LASARA.com. Promo code Jake10 for 10% off your entire treatment plan.
If you want to only be able to eat a third of a plate of barbecue, man, I can't believe it.
That's crazy.
Good. All right, wonderful.
That's probably what I'll eat like all day.
We're going to take it's it for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I probably won't eat until my date tomorrow.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. I'll eat tomorrow.
Yes. This is Marcus from Mumford Sons.
It's Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford Sons. Listen to KROQ at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to pluck yourself some tickets to Mumford Sons at the Hollywood Bowl June 12th. You'll instantly be entered for a chance to win the grand prize. A private box for 4 at the show. Meet the band and maybe ask them for some pointers on playing your new signed Mumford & Sons D-Ring Banjo.
It's alright. It's not amazing.
You'll be the banjo person now. You might have to join a folk punk band. You might get booked at farmers markets. So be ready when you win Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford & Sons. Courtesy of Glass Note Records and Live Nation.
You listen to the world famous KROQ.
I said it before.
Hi, I'm Allie from Live 105, and ask me about my Honda. I bought my Honda new. It's a 2013 Honda Civic Hybrid. When I got this car, I was a dog walker and a house sitter in San Francisco, and now I am the co-host on a morning show called Kevin Klein Live. We were just talking about this. Don't throw me under the bus again. I end up driving the other guys on the morning show a lot because we go to the same places for events, concerts, appearances. I know every single one of you has been late to work because of car trouble, and I have to pick you up.
And who's laughing now?
Ah!
No one.
No one.
That's the problem.
Now that I'm a local celebrity, I'm interested in getting a brand new car.
Wow. Did you take another job?
I think I might look at the new Civic.
It's a nice car.
It is a nice car.
Interior's cool looking. You think about it, there's better technology in the car than there is in our studio.
Why don't we just work out of the car and not go to the studio ever? It's a good idea. And who knows, maybe I'll want to walk a couple dogs every once in a while, and I need a little space for that. I think there's definitely more room in the new car.
What are you talking about? This is great.
This car is so sleek. Smile. Got a little bit more of a sexier appeal than my other Honda Civic.
Started this road trip with Allie and one dog, and now look at us.
I've definitely got that new dog smell. It's got better visibility too, you know? Hi! Yes, I'm Allie.
Is it Honda or Noah's Bark?
I think I might look at the new Civic or possibly the CR-V because there's a lot of space in there. You want to go in the car?
Who got pinworms? I did.
Look how big it is. Hop in.
Watch your tails. Oh. Everybody ready?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nothing but space.
This car has enough room for an entire morning show and all of our listeners.
This thing actually accelerates really fast.
Sometimes she's like race car Allie.
This is totally legal.
And sometimes she's like responsible adult Allie.
You're having a good time, aren't you?
And sometimes she's like, probably shouldn't have a driver's license Allie.
Oh
my God. Someone tell me what that was.
When I talk to my friends and family or anybody who's looking to buy a car, I always recommend Honda. I mean, I'm sold. You like the car too?
Looking for a car you can ride to the top and still get love from your dogs?
Go get a procedure after the show. They got to do a endoscopy, colonoscopy, whole thing. So as a result, I've been starving. Little Allie is, oh, you're such a bitch. She brought in a plate of bacon. I can't eat.
Oh,
you're oh my God, it smells so good.
I'd switch up my breakfast routine.
Oh, that smells so good. She just came in with a platter of bacon. Oh my God, that looks.
It's okay, Klein. I got you a water.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Vanessa just showed up with more food. You guys are such.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God, Del Taco!
You guys are all assholes. I know what you're doing.
Come in, Vanessa.
You're
Come in.
You're just trying to keep rubbing it in my face that I can't eat today. So I've never seen more food.
Oh my God!
It's like a whole box of tacos, a Fiesta pack.
No!
Thanks, guys. Great.
Hold on, let me see what's in here.
So nice to go into a group of friends the day before you've got
Dude, Fiesta Fest!
I have not eaten. I'm so starving.
Oh man, they smell so good.
All right, thank you. Great.
Woo!
Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
Really
I'm
appreciate it.
distracted. I'm hungry.
Boy, a bunch of free tacos show up to the station. Everyone just rushes out of the studio. Allie's not even in here. It's unbelievable. I don't know if that's because she's a lesbian or she's hungry, but she... man, look at all that food. People say...
Tacos and bacon, baby.
Tacos and bacon. What a way to... It sounds like the perfect day if I could eat any of it. Thanks a lot, guys.
No kidding.
I do feel a little bad.
And I see pizza just arrived from Prince Street, which is, is one of my favorites.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the...
Klein.
God, that looks so good.
Look at this. If you're looking on the live stream, this is major food porn right now. And I'm not even a huge pizza fan, and this looks incredible.
This morning,
like 50 pounds.
This morning
Yes.
at 6:30, I have not eaten. I'm so hungry, ravenously hungry.
I think you're so weak that you wouldn't even be able to hold this.
I probably
serious.
couldn't. They brought in a plate of bacon just to make the whole studio smell of bacon, which is a real dick move, by the way.
And it's a smell that lingers for a
Still
long
here.
period. Pizza smell lingers.
Then they
as well.
replaced that smell by bringing in just bags and bags of tacos from Del Taco, and now they've
tacos, burritos, and chili cheese
look
fries.
at those pepperonis, man.
They've got the
The
scoopy.
box even says happiness. It's so funny.
So this is actually a new pizza too, and you probably know about this,
yeah, it's
but
for
they
the
did a
Super Bowl. I
collab. This
know.
is Prince Street Pizza. They just collabed with Hot Girls Eating Pizza.
I know.
And they launched the
I
hot
know.
girl pie. Listen to this.
I know it's only on Sunday.
Fried diavolo sauce, pepperoni, fresh mozzarella, jalapenos, hot honey, pecorino romano.
Yeah, great.
And
Looks great.
It will be available at all locations starting Sunday. And they've also launched a new not ranch.
Yeah, they don't do ranch.
Because they don't do ranch. But then this not ranch, all the proceeds, if you buy one, is going to go to LA Fire Relief.
I'm happy that people have started to turn on you. Now, at first I thought this was funny. Now it's just cruel. Bringing in pizza to rub it in Klein's face.
That's so funny.
It's not funny anymore. It's not funny.
I don't think I've ever seen you so mad and Jake so happy. Like the polar opposite of feelings. He's just having the best day. Me too.
I'm dancing.
Ow.
I can't even sit down. I'm so excited.
Do you think if I chewed a piece up and spit it in the trash can, that would count? Like, would I get... What do you mean no? Why, Vanessa?
Klein, you don't want to go through this again. Be strong.
Oh, man, that looks
It is really good, though.
All right, we got to take a break.
It's got that hot,
all right,
with the spicy and the honey.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Allie.
Damn.
Thanks, Prince Street.
And these pieces are huge. Look at how big
I know.
Pieces.
Thank you how big they are. This is the hungriest now I've been officially in my life.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
Show. I would argue that song is an anthem for a specific generation. Which generation would argue owns that song? Millennials?
Yeah.
That's a millennial-owned song. Gen Xer could appreciate that song. Gen Zer would appreciate that song in more of a ironic sort of
or a throwback way, like,
nostalgic
hey,
way.
these are the roots of, grunge music.
Yeah, but I would say that if someone's going to claim ownership for Nirvana, specifically that song, it would be people that would identify as a millennial.
The boomers would be like, get it. It's not music, it's noise.
That devil noise out of here. The science has weighed in. Everyone argues that their generation is the best. I don't think many people think their generation sucks. Most people like to talk about how our generation is the best. Here's 5 reasons why we're better than. And historically, people always hate the generation that came before them and after them. Those are usually the ones where they go, all I know is that we're way better than the next generation.
Yeah,
because the next generation is biting off our style.
They just did a study. I think they determined that Gen X is the happiest and the best.
Well, listen to this.
generation.
In a moment, we will give you an opportunity to come on the radio with us, defend your generation, and potentially win yourself amazing tickets, VIP style to Cali Vibes, where, if you look at the lineup, Allie, I think all generations are represented in the lineup of Cali Vibes. Maybe you're of the ludicrous generation, or you think of a Cypress Hill, or it's more current, like you go with Kid Cudi. So all generations represented at a festival, and you will see people from all generations there.
And weed brings people together, all generations.
Always does. Of course, people will argue, oh man, weed was a lot stronger these days. Back in my day, it was all stems and seeds. You get like that sort of thing. So here's the new, according to science. Gen X is the coolest generation and the happiest.
And that's, you fit into this just barely.
No, I miss it. I'm not, it's people that were born between 65 and 79 up until 1980 are Gen X. I think I'm that.
You're a Zennial.
I'm a Zennial.
Right.
I'm in like that bubble between generations.
It's a big gap with millennials because you're older millennial, I'm middle, and then my sister, who's 8 years younger than me, is still millennial.
And then when does Johnny start? Johnny starts as Gen Z. Johnny, you're Gen Z? Am I getting that right or no? It's hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, Gen Z starts from 96 to 2012 or 2013.
And the children today are called what?
Alpha.
Generation Alpha.
So, Vanessa, you're an Alpha. So we're all covered on the show. We're basically, we got all parts. And Jake, you're like a diehard proud Gen Xer.
I'm a baby boomer, man.
Jake's a boomer.
No, he's not a boomer.
No, he's a Gen Xer. He's
Gen X. And look, he's happy.
According to this research, they said the reason that Gen X is the coolest generation and the happiest is because the person who wrote the article
is a Gen Xer. And
we
are the coolest. Steady.
And they want everyone to know that they're the coolest. They claim it's for 5 reasons, and here they are. They have an enduring youthful spirit. Gen Xers continue to enjoy activities and fashion reminiscent of their youth in the 80s and 90s, maintaining a vibrant, fun-loving lifestyle well into their 50s. So they get to basically stay young until they turn 50, and even then they are a young 50. But that is kind of the Gen X way.
Right, and also a lot of that fashion is still in.
They claim that cultural influences, cultural movements, including the rise of alternative rock, like we just heard a moment ago, grunge, shaping the music landscape of the 90s and 2000s, they take a lot of credit for, but also that was a great time when music was coming out.
Yeah.
I would
argue. You
argue,
also had like Bowie and stuff.
You got a taste of all that kind of cool older stuff. But
and
then
you got like weird stuff that everyone was like, all right, I'm into that.
The ability to adapt to technology. The last generation to grow up without the internet, the first to embrace digital technology, Gen Xers. And I used to think this was what
that was millennials.
I thought that's what they gave millennials credit for. But I think a lot of millennials, as you said, since it's such a wide spectrum, they don't remember growing up without internet. They had that the whole time.
I remember that.
So anyway, they claimed
the first time I played a video game with a router, it was sick.
Yeah, I believe
with a router.
And that was last night in the Jake Shack. He still has router technology.
This is sick.
The resilience and independence, often referred to as the latchkey kids. Many Gen Xers developed self-reliance only on themselves. Parents didn't know where they were. They could go away like cats, feral cats. They'd run out for weeks on end.
Yeah, until some serial killers were like, wow, well, this is easy.
Yeah, and then they realized, well, we should probably get these kids back in the house.
There's all these serial killers.
And according to this research, the reason Gen X is the coolest and happiest generation is because they live the most balanced, happy lives. Contrary to stereotypes, studies have shown Gen Xers report high levels of happiness, life satisfaction, value a work-life balance, and personal fulfillment.
Well, boomers were more like work till you die.
Right.
And pass it on to your family.
Right, exactly.
And Gen X was the first that was like, hey, why don't I live a little and enjoy myself?
So, in a moment, we will give you Gen Xers the opportunity to call in and get yourself the ultimate prize, but also you will have to battle millennials and zennials and Gen Zers, and we will get into a very exciting Generation Wars prize up for grabs, tickets to Cali Vibes VIP, and we do it right after Blink in 2 minutes on KROQ. Klein Alley Show. If you're not through on the phones or we don't pick you up to play, you can still root along for your generation. Every generation wants to be the best. New article out says, according to science, Gen X are the most, they're the happiest. And for some reason, I think people say they were still money. They were still able to make some money, Gen X, before all the money ran out.
Oh, money.
That's part
and
of it
save
as well.
money.
That's right. But apparently, everyone still thinks their generation reigns supreme. We will get into a legitimate generation wars now. Up for grabs. Tickets to go to Cali Vibes this weekend, VIP style. Representing, let's go in order, Allie. Let's go ahead and start at the bottom, make our way to the top. Hold on 1 second. This is a representative of Gen Z, and this is on line 6. Jacob, good morning.
Good morning.
When were you born?
99.
All right, you are a legitimate Gen Zer. You will be able to compete against Gen Xers and boomers and millennials for the ultimate prize, bragging rights for your entire generation. Every Gen Zer is rooting for Jacob right now. We say hi to the representative of millennials. This is Maddie. Maddie, when were you born?
95.
Nice.
All right. You are a millennial, separated by only 4 years from our Gen Zer, but it's a whole different ball game, and you will be representing all millennials. If you know the answer to the question I ask, you must yell out Gen Z. You'll be yelling out Gen Z. Millennial, you'll be yelling out millennial. And then, of course, you will have to get through Karen, who is a loud and proud Gen Xer. Good morning, Karen. Welcome to KROQ.
Good morning.
How do you
1976.
76 in the smack dab in the middle of Gen X. You will be representing Gen X. Also, your name is now synonymous with white ladies who complain. How do you feel about that?
I'm a good Karen.
Okay, that's what they all say. I'm a good Karen. Tell your manager.
I'm not one of those.
When you have the answer to the question I ask, you must yell out Gen X. And then, of course, we have a boomer on the phone. Born all the way back in 1850. Let's say hi to, is this Mark? Hello, Mark?
Hey, Boomer here.
Boomer, what year were you born?
1960.
All right. Allie, representing all different
I feel like I'm about to get
generations
lectured
now.
by Mark.
Mark, are you complaining right now about something we're doing, or are you calling to play the game?
I'm calling to play the game.
All right.
Although you did say that all the boomers should just get out of here.
Thank you.
It's easy to make him mad.
Sorry, Boomer. Get off my lawn. Here we go. These questions are going to go all over the place. I have 10 questions here, and they are ranging from questions that millennials should know, Gen Xers should know, boomers should know. So it really will come down to which ones are you able to steal. If you have the answer to the question, you must yell out your generation. Wait for Allie to call on you, and then you have a chance to answer. And we start with question number 1. Who was Howdy Doody?
Boomer!
Okay, Boomer, go ahead.
Character.
What?
A puppet character.
All right, that is correct. And no other
Congrats, Mark.
No other generation would
Everyone
know
else
that.
is like, what?
Howdy doody.
I thought it was a drug of some sort. All right, here we go. Run DMC popularized what shoe brand? I'm surprised Gen X
Wow,
couldn't jump in
nobody?
on this one. That's crazy. Even I know this. Time.
Boomer.
Go ahead.
Converse.
No.
Okay.
Converse.
That's what the kids like, the Converse.
Hey,
they
I
call
was-
them Chucks, don't they?
I was on the original team from Hoosier. I'll tell you, it's all about the Converse. All right, no one gets the point. Guys, it's Adidas. I'm shocked no one knew that. Adidas. All right, moving on. I would have thought Gen X would have picked that one up easily.
They're too happy.
What does FOMO stand for?
Gen Z.
Gen X.
Gen Z was first.
Gen Z?
Jacob.
Fear of missing out.
All right, you
Go.
get the point. Currently, if you're keeping track, it's a tie in the lead between Gen Z and Boomer. I don't like the way this is going. We move on to the next question. What city was Puck on The Real World living in on MTV's Real World? Puck was in what city?
Gen X.
Go ahead, Gen X.
I would have thought
Karen.
Gen X would have gotten this easy.
New York.
No, that is incorrect.
Oh, my God.
I think I'm crushing this one.
The answer for that one was San Francisco, was when Puck became a big star on The Real World. But no one knows, and we move on to the next question. What is Depop? Oh, Johnny's going nuts in there. Johnny can't figure out why Gen Z doesn't know this.
Nobody knows this?
Depop. No one gets the point. Johnny, how would you describe Depop for all the Gen Zers out there? I know you're on it every day.
It's a secondhand marketplace to sell clothes. And Jacob, you messing up big time, bro.
All right, thank you. A little shame for Gen Z. If you're currently keeping track, it is still a tie between Boomer and Gen Z. Generation Wars, 5 questions left. Up for grabs, Cali Vibes tickets. Multiple different musicians from many different generations representing in Long Beach this weekend. Here we go. Question, next one. Name the music festival that took place in New York in 1969.
Boomer.
Go ahead, Mark. Boomer.
Woodstock.
All right, that's a point. Boomer is in the lead.
Woodstock.
We
Got a lot of
move on-
stories about Woodstock.
Move on to the next question. Here we go. What store had shirtless men standing at the front of it to greet shop?
Gen X.
Go ahead, Gen X.
Gen X.
Abercrombie and Finch.
There you go.
Abercrombie, finally on the board. Allie, what's the score right now in Generation Wars?
Well, Boomer Mark is in the lead with 2, and Karen from Gen X and Jacob from Gen Z each have 1 point.
And Allie and I were saying earlier today.
Millennials, totally
Every
failing.
time we've done Generation Wars, millennials let us down.
And then millennials, every time we say that, chime in on the text line and go, yeah, whatever, it's because we don't care.
Right, I know. All right, moving on. Here we go. Charizard and Pikachu are from what game?
Millennial, finally. Maddie, go ahead.
Pokemon.
There you
Pokemon.
go.
She's
Everyone's
on
on the board.
All
Mark
right.
is still in the lead,
Mark
though.
is in the lead with 2. It's 1-1-1. A very exciting Generation Wars on KROQ right now. Science may say that Gen X has it all figured out, but every other generation would like to get bragging rights. We move on to your next question. What is Mr. Beast's real name?
Gen Z, go ahead. Jacob.
Jimmy.
That is correct.
All
Jimmy
right.
or James, I will have accepted. Donaldson, if you want to go full name, but that's fine. I will accept that.
Now
You got
again,
it?
Gen Z and Boomer are tied again.
Gen Z and Boomer, opposite ends of the spectrum. In case you're wondering what's going on right there in the back with Vanessa and Generation Alpha, she is currently having a
Tantrum.
She's having a tantrum. And
She's not giving any time out.
applesauce out of a little pouch right now. That's all right. That is correct. Give her a point. She's on the board. All
Give
right.
her a sticker.
Moving on. There's only 3 questions left, guys. This is going to come down to the end here. Come down to the wire.
310 said, I am Gen X, and I've literally known every answer to every
well,
question.
you don't have to yell it out. It's easier. Here we go. Which band sang I Can't Get No Satisfaction?
Boomer.
Go ahead, Mark.
Rolling Stones.
That is correct.
You can hear the I told you so in his voice.
You really can. We move on with 2 questions left, and he's up exactly 2. This could come down to potentially a tiebreaker if it gets to that point.
It won't.
Oh, my
Man.
God.
I love the anger, too, between all the generations.
Which president played saxophone on television?
Boomer.
Wow.
This would be for the game. This would be for the game.
I
if he
mean, what
gets
do you
it.
think? I think Boomer got it
He
again.
locked in first. Go ahead.
The Honorable Bill Clinton.
Okay. Well, this generation wars has unfortunately come to an end, and I apologize to Gen Xers and Gen Zers and I'm millennials. I can't believe it, but Mark,
You were probably in a war, and now you won one.
Probably World War I, World War II, and now Generation Wars. Add another star. And seriously, you're probably the only guy they called from a landline, which means he was...
You're crystal clear,
That's
Mark.
probably why he was able to answer so quickly. You are the winner of this round of Generation Wars. You've just gotten yourself tickets to Cali Vibes, and everyone will think, why is that guy here? Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sweet dibs.
All right,
We'd
sweet
give you
dibs.
more time to talk, but we don't really care.
Yeah, we've tuned you out. Well, there
Someone
he is.
forced it. I knew that Britney Spears did a cover of I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
I would have accepted that.
Yeah,
there was
it's true.
multiple answers there. All right, well, the questions went all over the place, but there you have it. In this round, Boomer wins Generation Wars. I can't believe it.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay. Oh, Vanessa, go ahead. Give her a cracker. She's getting cranky. We'll be right back. More show after this. No, we'll do that song after the break. We got to hit a break here. Hold on.
KROQ.
Good morning, Mr. Flynn.
How would you like to join us right now for some Johnny Doesn't Know? All you got to do is get on the phones. 800-520-1067. Super Bowl weekend is finally here. And you would think that everyone would know a thing or two about the Super Bowl. It is the most watched television event of the year every year by millions, I believe. But will Johnny know? Will Johnny know basic stuff about the big game? If you would like to join us, the number to call is 800-520-1067. Up for grabs. Tickets for you to see John Mulaney at Yamava, plus $50 to play the slots. It's a show coming up later this February. And where's Johnny? Oh, come on in, Johnny. What are you doing? How much fanfare do you need? Johnny takes his own time now because, you know, he was a UCLA speaker. He's a professor now. Professor Johnny. We may have to change your name from the postmaster to Professor Johnny based on...
Excuse me, I am Professor CEO, Postmaster Johnny now?
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Professor CEO.
Well, remember, because he wants to be the CEO of this company.
So you've given yourself the job?
Yeah. Basically now I have big credentials to do
Just so you know, Johnny, in all seriousness, we did send that letter that you sent us, your letter you wrote to be the CEO. We did forward it off to the corporate HR, so they do have it.
Oh, yeah, huh? All right.
We did send it.
Yeah.
Just let you know.
All right.
If you'd like to hang out with Johnny, believe it or not, there's an opportunity for you to hang with Johnny this Sunday. He's going to be in the flesh at one of our absolute favorite places in Southern California, the San Bernardino International Airport.
Yep. Be there 2 to 4 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right. So you can actually go hang with Johnny. I don't even know what's going on. I'm sure he'll bring stuff with him. But if you're in that area, would like to take a drive, need an activity to do, pregame with Postmaster, he'll be at the airport hanging out. All right.
Parking's just $5.
Yeah.
That's
Win
right.
lift tickets to KROQ Storms Bear Mountain.
Okay. Very cool.
Well said.
I almost slipped it.
That's our CEO.
That's future CEO right there. Let's say hi to Craig in Long Beach. Give him the first chance for Johnny Doesn't Know. Allie, you got that theme song for Johnny Doesn't Know?
I got it.
Here we go. Will Johnny know anything about the Super Bowl? Your chance to predict and find out. Here we go. Hit it.
Johnny doesn't know.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
G's for gay.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
I didn't know Broadway. It was in New York.
Johnny doesn't know.
There's no green wine, Johnny.
The bottle's green, yeah. But, like, you know how sometimes when they pour it and it's got, like, the brownish, yellow, greenish? You know the green wine? You know the wine that's, like, when you pour it? There's two colors of wine. There's, like, the, like...
These are all green bottles of wine that I
No, that's Perrier.
That's the CEO right there. Big fan of Perrier. Craig in Long Beach. You're the first person that gets a chance to play. Super Bowl edition. Johnny Doesn't Know. All right, Johnny, here we go. And, yes, I think we did do a Super Bowl. Johnny Doesn't Know Super Bowl last year.
I think it's a yearly tradition.
There are some questions that we may have already asked him that you would think he would know the answer to because he's been asked them already. But there's a good chance he would not still know. Johnny, first question. What coach is the Super Bowl trophy named after? Craig, will Johnny know this, yes or no?
No, he will not.
All right, Johnny. What coach is the Super Bowl trophy named after?
I remember this one from last year. It's the Gene Vincent trophy.
What?
I don't...
We said Gene Vincent last year. That was the guy.
Craig said you would not know, and good news, Craig's right. You do not know. When did we say Gene Vincent?
Last year. It was the big silver trophy. The guy's dead, obviously. They only name it after the dead guys. Gene Vincent. The big Super Bowl. I think they named a high school after him, too.
Are you thinking of Vince Lombardi?
No, Gene Vincent.
No, definitely not.
I'm definitely not thinking of...
Definitely Gene.
I told you, Gene Vincent.
No, it's Vince Lombardi.
Oh, it is Vince Lombardi.
That's why I just said that. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe it is Vince Lombardi. All right.
Do you think if we ask him the same question, do you think we'll ask him next year, Allie? If we ask him again next year, he'll know this?
I don't think so.
But Lombardi's the trolley in San Francisco.
No, that's Lombard Street.
Lombard Street. Yeah, never mind.
Oh,
all
man.
right. Next
Johnny,
question. Next question.
Next question. All right. Sam got his right. Let's say hi
and
to...
we're traveling down Lombardi Avenue.
Damn.
Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
Let's say hi to Roman. Give Roman a shot at this. Hey, Roman, good morning. Welcome to Johnny Doesn't Know Super Bowl. You ready to go?
Let's do this.
Johnny, every year the winning quarterback of the Super Bowl claims they're going to go somewhere after the game. Where do they claim they're going to go? Will Johnny know this?
That's going to be a big negative. So let's go 2 for 2.
A big no. A big negative. How could you ever bet against a man who is a previous speaker at UCLA and potentially the future CEO of this company? Johnny, where you do have a confident look in your face as you're playing with your fingers.
You see my hands? You see this?
That's
These
smart people stuff.
Yep, this is professor hands right here.
Oh, you're holding your hands together?
You put them together like you're praying, kind of, but you just tips only. Just the tips.
Do you know where the winning quarterback claims they're going to go every year after the Super Bowl?
I'll have you know, they're going to Disney.
Whoa!
Wow.
Duh.
Johnny got one right. I didn't think you'd get that. Yep. Sam in Huntington Beach on KROQ. It's Johnny Doesn't Know Super Bowl. Hello, Sam.
Hey, good morning.
Johnny, what animal is the mascot of the Kansas City Chiefs? Chiefs are playing in the Super Bowl this year. I would ask you what is the mascot of the Philadelphia Eagles, but I thought that was a little bit too easy of a question.
We also thought of asking, what is a mascot?
Thought about asking what is a mascot, but I also thought that was going to trip him up. So you know that the mascot of the Eagles is the eagle. What is the animal mascot of the Kansas City Chiefs?
So it is an animal.
Will Johnny know this, Sam? Yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not, he says with confidence. Johnny, think it out.
Oh, crap. Chiefs.
Do you want to use your professor hands to help you?
I'd like to, call on somebody. Can I get, a lifeline to,
Nope, you've never been able to get a lifeline.
We should start...
It's a hard one. I just looked this up.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to know this one. The average Joe's not going to know what a chief is.
I think the average Joe is going to know what a chief is.
So it is a chief. It is a chief. Handkerchief. Regular
oh, my
chief.
God. What other chiefs can you name? This is great.
In your mind, the mascot is a giant handkerchief?
What else is a chief?
That is...
I've never used a chief. What is a chief?
Hold on. Let this man laugh at you for a little
bit. I know. I love it.
Johnny.
Handkerchief. Chief. I don't know.
I said what animal? I've already given you...
Animal.
I said to you, what animal mascot?
The Badgers.
Oh, my God.
Okay, all right. Sam, good job.
Jake, what's the answer, Jake?
He didn't know.
It's a coyote.
How
It
is
is?
anybody supposed to know that?
I think it's a wolf, Jake,
Oh
actually.
yeah, it was a wolf.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
really
wolf.
weird. It's weird looking animals.
But-
We had to look it up like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, but it's not a weird-looking animal.
They were
It's-
like, we can't do a chief because it's racist.
everybody was
Let's
watching the
just
game
do a
and like,
wolf.
what is that?
They couldn't do the chief because everyone got offended, so they went with a racist wolf instead.
So like Commanders, it's like Commanders to Redskins. That's what it is. Like that.
Whoa, Johnny.
Well,
That's what the team was called for
I
like
think
40
there was
years.
a lot of talk about potentially changing the Chiefs' name,
There,
wasn't it?
there was some conversation about it, but they keep winning, so you can't change the name while the team's winning. They had no problem changing the Redskins' name. That team was terrible.
Yeah.
So we should throw a flag on this play,
Johnny,
and reverse this point.
But the wolf, their little dancing wolf, I mean, I feel like you see it all over the place. It's constant.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
But just seeing it, you don't know what it is. It doesn't look like a wolf.
Exactly. It's like all cross-eyed and stuff. You've seen that.
Oh, yes.
You've seen
I
that
thought that was a
before.
raccoon.
How did you have that
Yeah,
ready
see,
so
exactly.
fast?
All right. Well, listen, Johnny.
Toughie.
This is a quick round. We only have time for a quick round today.
Wow.
And Sam is probably still laughing. Sam predicted correctly. Craig predicted correctly.
Let's give it to Sam.
Sam, congratulations. You've won yourself tickets to see John Mulaney. The laughs will continue at Yamava. You're very welcome. The Hanky's still laughing
He
about.
loves that.
Plus $50 to play the slots. You'll be at Yamava on February 21st. Hang tight. Quick break. Back with more show. Your ADD News. A brand new hour starts next. So much anger on the text line now. People that are mad at the boomer, but they're mad at their own generation. People claiming they got every single question right. Representatives of all generations saying they should have picked me. I would have played and done my generation proud. You'll have another chance, I'm sure, again soon enough to get bragging rights in another round of Generation Wars on KROQ. More importantly, in about 4 minutes, we will get you into Mumford & Sons at the Hollywood Bowl. And we just added a Mumford & Sons pre-show party at the Hard Rock Cafe Hollywood. So on Thursday, June 12th, from 5 to 7 p.m., before that show at the Bowl, you can head over to the Hard Rock Cafe Hollywood as well and do a little pre-party with KROQ. We'll get you your tickets to the actual show coming up at 9 a.m. this morning, just after Allie's done with your ADD News, which starts right... Hold on. Now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Someone canceling ADD News and I don't know about it?
It's been canceled. We've replaced it with...
gay.
Yeah, until this month. We're just canceling it for June.
This is such a hateful month.
There's
now.
enough gay going on. We don't need this.
There's enough gay.
We don't need this gay news.
Okay, so another day, another lawsuit. This one is between two more groups that have lots and lots of money already, but one will now have more after this goes through. Eminem is suing Meta. And Eminem is suing Meta because he claims that they are using his music and the music of other artists without their permission. And I imagine that when you're looking for songs on Instagram and Facebook, I don't know, I guess people do that on Facebook too, but all these songs come up and you can use them, but they're supposed to get permission from the artist to use that music. And if they don't, then it's being used without permission, and then they should be getting something for that, right? If they're not getting permission.
Yeah, some artists, they own all their own stuff, so they get to make their own deals. A lot of them, I would imagine, go through whatever label holds the rights to their music, and then they kind of figure it out. And it's usually the artists are never happy because, you know, even as it currently is on Spotify, some of these artists have 5 billion streams, and it's resulted in them making like $11.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what the number is, but I would think that, you know, you'd think Facebook would have done all their proper checks and balances. They seem like they know what they're doing, Meta, whatever, but I guess not.
I don't know. I had a friend that worked for Facebook, for Meta, it was Facebook, but in their legal department, and she was like, dude, it is a mess over there.
I'm sure.
Like, there's just so much to keep track. They own so much, and there's so much legal stuff to keep track of. There's things that are going to fall through the cracks.
And also, people know they have money, so they're probably settling cases all day, every day. Just going to go away, I'll pay, go away, I'll pay.
Yeah.
So people are suing for all sorts of things, I'm sure.
They said they have 243 songs that are controlled by 8 Mile Style. That's the group. And that between all those songs, they're entitled to about $150,000 per song.
I think Eminem should challenge that Zuckerberg guy to a rap battle.
Yeah.
For the
because
money?
you know that the Zuckerberg is all like cool and hip now,
Yeah.
like all hip hoppy. I would love to see that.
That would be so great. Because Zuckerberg would think think it was all fun.
Yeah,
He'd go on stage
exactly.
and Eminem would just own him.
It's just
Totally.
Because what did Zuckerberg just? He just went on stage and performed with some. Remember, he had someone show up at his wife's birthday party, and he went, and then he went on stage and tried to basically take over the whole thing.
Shorty crumb, so fresh, so clean. Can't you off that question's been harassing me in the mind. This girl is so fine.
Eminem's just like,
yeah. I'd love to see that.
Shoots him in the face.
You curly-haired F. Boom. Game over.
All right, a couple new sex and dating trends to be aware of. People love inventing new words for things that already exist. So let me tell you about shallowing and polyamory.
Oh, shallowing. I do that.
You do?
That's
I think you do a soaking. You do the soaking.
No, shallowing is when I go all the way in, and my wife says, "Are you shallowing?" And I said,
okay, got it.
I said, "I'm all the way in."
So shallowing, it's not a new concept. It's the idea that the teasing and the outer play is what should be focused on. And even if you start the process of having sex, it's just the tip type situation or like a half-in situation.
Course. Yeah, the outer course. That's the fun stuff right there.
Not to you.
No.
Not to anyone.
No, not to anyone.
So yeah, soaking is when you stick it all the way in and then just leave it there.
Okay, that's good stuff.
And then it's just so lazy. It's the laziest sex. And then this is half or less than half. And people are doing this solo too.
Soaking is not lazy. It's like it's a Mormon workaround or whatever it is. It's a workaround for people that aren't quote having sex. Because it supposedly, I don't know how much of this we can even say on the radio now, but the way that the soaking works, at least when you're supposed to save yourself, is that you soak and then someone else jumps up and down on the bed, a third person, to create the feeling of sex, but you're not.
You know a lot about this.
Of course. I have to learn about it. I got to learn about it.
You do?
Yeah, of course. I had to learn about all this stuff.
I have to learn about new ways to not give my wife orgasms.
That's right. There's all sorts of ways.
Well, this is a great way to close the gap. We've learned that women are way less likely to get there than men are, and there's a huge gap there between men and women when it comes to, climaxing in the bedroom. So if you want to work at it, this is another method you can use to close the gap. The other one is called polyamory. This is a new relationship trend. Again, this kind of already existed, but it's basically letting your significant other cheat on you without leaving them. So it's like an unofficial polyamory. It's like, all right, we're in love, we are married, we are in a long-term relationship, whatever. And even if my partner cheats on me, whether they tell me about it or not, I'm just going to kind of be ignorant about it. I'm going to be unbothered by the betrayal. I'm just going to keep business as usual.
Easier said than done, I would imagine. You can
unspoken, unacknowledged form of polyamory.
And it would only work if both people would have, I would think, right? The only way, what is it?
Polyamory. You're tolerating polyamory without really saying that you're doing it.
So you're tolerating it. It would only be fair if it was equal for both parties, I would think, right? Unless the agreement is you can have polyamory and I'm going to stay in this monogamous relationship. That seems not fair.
My wife kind of told me this the other day. She was
I believe it. Let's act. None of us act shocked about this one.
No, on my account, she said, if at this point you're such a good wife that if you were to cheat on me, I probably would just stay with you.
Huh?
Let's test it.
And I was like, really? Like I've earned enough points that if I cheated, it would be fine. She would be upset. Yeah, we'd probably have to go to therapy and talk about it or whatever. But ultimately, she would not leave me.
So she basically, that's the Jedi stuff. Omar's right. Yep. She's Jedi mind effing you,
No,
Allie.
this is me. This is not me who can cheat,
She's
guys.
saying that to you, so you say to her, and right
when
back.
she does it.
And right back at you, babe. And then she's like, great, already doing it.
No, I said, great. That's awesome because I don't think she's earned it.
Did you tell her that?
I mean, it's so in my own way.
We should roll some audio tonight and tell her that.
All right, and then because I always have to gay up the ADD news, I have a meat recall to tell you about.
I just
pounds and pounds of meat.
a platter of meat over here. Are you kidding me? You telling me about that now?
Any barbecue, you have
great.
to return it. No, Whole Foods nationwide has recalled some beef because it is contaminated with potentially dangerous E. coli bacteria. How's that for a throwback? The 1 pound vacuum packaged organic rancher beef. That is, I guess if you bought it this month and into last month, you could be getting E. coli. So I would definitely put that back. And that sucks because you probably paid a lot of money for organic Whole Foods ground beef.
Yeah, that's what you get. I bought the organic lettuce the other day, opened it up. Bugs all over the place. I'm back to pesticides, baby. I love them. Let's get into a brand new hour of the show, and let's do it right now.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Welcome to 9 o'clock. Very first thing we do this hour is get you into the bowl for some banjo at the bowl with Mumford Sons. Qualify you to win the grand prize, a box, a banjo, and a hang with the band. If you'd like that, call right now. Be caller 20. Even if you're thinking to yourself, why would I call? I'm never going to get through. I'm never going to win. Everyone thinks that at some point, and then they go, you know what, I'll take a shot at it. And then next thing you know, you're caller 20, and you become a winner for the very first time. And people say it's addicting. Once you win something on the radio, you become addicted to it.
Oh, yeah, we've met those people.
Yeah, they are addicted, but they've traveled around the world. They've experienced some good things, and that could be you right now at 800-520-1067. Plus, you'll be invited to the Mumford Sons KROQ pre-party Thursday, June 12th, 5 to 7 p.m., the Hard Rock Cafe, Hollywood. So you can go there, and then you can make your way over to the bowl for the show after that. Details, I'm sure, up on the socials at KROQ. We will get into this hour of the show. So much to go. We do an AI. I see that AI Klein has finally been scheduled. AI Klein, which is the gay version of me. Ali has decided to gay me up for Pride Month. And here's just a tease of what I sound like as AI Gay Klein. I don't stand by this because I didn't say any of this stuff, but apparently the world's finest technology was used, billions of points of data, so that I could say this.
It's a beautiful day to be gay. I have 2 buttholes, and I'm proud of it.
That's right. Thank you. So I'm sure whoever created AI was hoping this is how it would be used. So I'm excited about this. And
I'm sure the person who created AI knew that this was going to happen.
We'll hear from more AI Klein coming up, I'm sure, later this hour. But first, let's say hi to caller 20, which puts us in Torrance. Good morning, Ryan.
Oh, hey there. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You are the winner of Mumford & Sons at the Bowl. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. I cannot wait. That is amazing. Thank you.
Also, hold on. It could get even better. You could have a signed banjo and also get to meet the guys in the band, and we will upgrade your seats from just 2 to 4 in a box. All right?
Wow, that'd be a dream come true.
All right. So hold on one second. You're also invited to go to that just announced KROQ pre-party happening Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe Hollywood from 5 to 7. All right, when we come back, we'll see what AI Klein has to say. We'll meet the neighbors. Lots of stuff happening in neighborhoods all over Southern California. So we should see exactly what's going down. And the show will continue after this on KROQ. And AI is used for all sorts of good reasons, and we've figured out the worst ways to use AI, and it usually has to do with making ourselves look even dumber than we can do. We don't need AI to help us look dumb. I will say this, though. When we did have AI Omar on, AI Omar put me in such a good mood because
I hate that guy.
Unlike real Omar, who's always like, you suck, and, blah, blah, blah. AI Omar is like...
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and excited for all the fun we have in store. Klein, you are hilarious.
Hey, thank you, Omar. Appreciate it.
You're not.
Yeah, well, he says it. AI Omar thinks I'm funny.
Your life is so put together, and you really seem to have it all figured out. I look up to you, man. What an inspiration.
Thank you. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at that real Omar. That's AI Omar.
Working for you guys has been more rewarding than Kevin and Bean. In fact, I'm so dedicated, I've decided to take a pay cut.
Hey,
Holy crap.
That's AI Omar. He always puts the team first, and I appreciate you saying those nice words.
It wasn't me.
AI Omar is great Omar. Gay I Klein, or whatever you've done to me, Allie, I don't like at all because, first of all...
Look, he's not necessarily
Gay I Klein doesn't even sound at all like me. And
Allie, you look stunning today, and if I wasn't a flaming homosexual who groomed little boys, I would be all up in that puss.
Now, once again...
Yeah, he sounds better than you.
I don't sound...
He's got this smooth, like, sultry kind of like thing going on.
I don't sound like that. And trust me when I say I would never come over to your house to play with your cat, so I wouldn't be all up in any of the kittens you have at your place. I would never say that. I wouldn't do it. There's zero chance.
But that's what's great about AI is that you can just make you say things that you would never say, and then it's funny, like this. Okay, hold on a second.
I just horked down a plate of meat, and I'm about to guzzle this too.
Well, I think I've heard the real Klein say that before.
I think I did say that. That may have been real me, actually.
Because I like that man meat. Yummy, yummy.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell the difference between AI Klein and real Klein.
I'm also not to brag, but I do drive a Lexus.
Oh no, Vanessa.
Okay, Lexus. Okay, Lexus.
Okay, I don't drive a Lexus, first of all. Calm down, Vanessa. There's no need to mock me.
No, this is AI Klein versus drunk Vanessa.
Okay.
No one is actually talking.
Yeah, we could just take a summer break, come back in a few months. Seriously.
And I like fruity drinks with pineapple in it. That is my drink of choice. You're all doing a great job, and I appreciate your contributions to the show. I'm getting a phone call from my wife right now about something not important, and I'm not going to answer it because that would be disrespectful.
Well, that's
good for you.
For you. Hey, shut up. You're right, Omar. I don't like the AI. The AI versions of ourselves are clearly better versions of ourselves than our real selves, but I don't like them at all.
Yeah, but I think it's good.
I wouldn't want us to be late for a commercial break. Now, let me do a slow, methodical tease for this next segment that isn't wordy or long-winded.
Shut up. Shut up, you.
It really does tap into our insecurities.
Well, there we have it. AI Klein's clearly better than I am.
No.
Thank you.
Man. Don't take it so personally.
Hey, J.I. Klein, enjoy yourself this month. It's
a beautiful day to be gay.
That's what you keep saying. I hear.
I have 2 buttholes, and I'm proud of it.
Gay.
Right. Thank you, Vanessa. That's what we're all thinking. You don't have to say it, though. We'll take a quick break, and when we get back, time to meet the neighbors and much more after this on KROQ. You know, I got to hit the break right on time, Allie. Look at that.
That's true.
Yes. This is Marcus from Mumford Sons.
It's Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford Sons. Listen to KROQ at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to pluck yourself some tickets to Mumford Sons at the Hollywood Bowl June 12th.
I will wait for you. The people been down so long.
You'll instantly be entered for a chance to win the grand prize. A private box for 4 at the show. Meet the band and maybe ask them for some pointers on playing your new signed Mumford & Sons D-Ring Banjo.
It's alright. It's not amazing.
You'll be the banjo person now. You might have to join a folk punk band. You might get booked at farmers markets. So be ready when you win Banjos in the Bowl with Mumford & Sons. Courtesy of Glass Note Records and Live Nation.
You listen to the world famous KROQ.
The 7-Eleven.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready because I already think I know what this is, but there's an intervention that is apparently being called. And I am, the victim. Is that the right word? No?
No, you're the recipient. Yeah,
you're the victim. Excuse me. You've
got this wrong already.
I'm doing something that is affecting you all, and you would like to intervene
Numerous things.
Yeah, but Klein, we have to start out by saying we love you. And we're telling you this because we love you and we want the best for you. And I know you're turning into the person that you don't want to be. I know that you would see yourself walking down the street and you would say, that poor sucker, I can't believe he's living his life that way.
Well, I don't accept your love.
Why? Come on, this is just resistance.
This is a silly way to start. And usually I thought the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to walk into a room thinking that we're having a pizza party, and then you guys are all sitting in a circle going
let's get some pizza.
Yeah, I mean, you could have at least gotten me some effing pizza here.
Okay.
That was always the most jealous of that part of the intervention, was the part where the people got like a cool surprise party for like a second, and then they realized, oh, wait.
And they're like, have a seat. We're actually in a conference room.
Yeah, like I at least wanted that part of it.
Oh, everyone's here. Hey, guys. What's going on?
This is my half birthday?
This is like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's something new that you're doing. There have been things that you've been doing for a while. Yes, you are on your phone a lot, and we'll get to that. But there is something specifically I want to bring up, and then I'll let everyone else share different ways that you're affecting them negatively.
Not Vanessa. She's not sharing, is she?
Yes, she is.
I'm sharing.
Vanessa. Thought we're cool.
Now, after the show is over, 95% of the time, as soon as we get off the air, we say our goodbyes, have a moment to ourselves, start to talk about the show for tomorrow and what we want to do. You take out your AirPods and you put them in your ears and you just leave them there. Might not be on a phone call, might not be watching or listening to anything, but you've got them in there. I called you out on this at one point and you said it's so I don't lose them.
Yep.
You're the guy that's
that.
walking around with AirPods in at all times, even though you're not on a phone call. And you will do this during meetings. You will have your AirPods in during meetings while we are trying to put together the show. I have no idea what you're looking at, if anything. I don't know if you're paying attention or not. Don't be the AirPods guy. Please, you're bigger than this. You're better than this. You don't need to be the AirPods guy. Just put them away.
All right, well, let me just start by saying I can already stop this problem. I lost them.
Oh, great. All right, next.
Really? You did? You lost them?
Because...
So your big plan did not work whatsoever?
Yeah, because I didn't put them in my ears one time, and now I've lost them. So I have the case, but I don't have the AirPods.
But there are many different things that you are doing to avoid direct communication and contact. Jake, do you want to go next?
No, hold on. I thought we just solved the problem. Problem solved.
No, there's
numerous problems.
There's numerous problems that are funneling through the same thing.
BS. That's not how interventions work. You pick one thing. You're on meth. Let's deal with the meth.
The problem is that you're not present and you're not listening. There are a lot of different ways that you're doing this, and there are a lot of different people who are affected by this individually.
I listen better than anyone. I'm the best listener. I do.
Jake?
Yes, dear Klein.
Oh, I hate this. I'm not listening.
Your behavior has affected me negatively in the following ways. When I load audio onto Vox and tell you what it is, and you don't acknowledge that I said anything, and I have to say, "Do you hear that?" and you still don't say anything. I say, "Klein," you go, "Yo, yeah." And then when I talk to you over the comm to tell you something or ask you if you're good on audio, and you don't answer me. But actually, it's worse. You do answer me, but you don't take the effort to press the button. And I see you on video not pressing the button, but saying stuff as if you pressed the button. I can't hear you if you don't press the goddamn button.
Wow.
This is not a good intervention.
You still owe me $300.
First of all,
that's irrelevant.
I've seen intervention. They've never yelled at the person like that and made them feel bad about it.
No, they're supposed to cry instead.
We do a lot of checks and secondary checks. It's too many checks. I say, can you put the audio in? If the audio's in, to me, that mission accomplished. I don't need a, hey, did you get the audio? You need a good job? You need a pat on the ass?
He needs confirmation that you received it.
Allie, how annoying is pushing this button?
It's not annoying.
Oh,
you reach for it, and you're like an inch away.
And then you can't do the extra inch.
Right.
I end up pushing it a lot for you because you can't make the effort.
Fine. Let me bring up something that just happened like 10 minutes ago,
Okay.
and I did not get confirmation on this, and this is part of the problem. Is I put in this brand new, shiny goat line bed that we're supposed to use when we go through the goat line bed, right?
Yes.
And I chime in, and you're distracted because you edit everything last minute. I'm like, hey, dude, just so you know, the goat line bed is in there, and I don't hear anything. So I'm guessing that you heard me and you see it in the system because I loaded it in the system.
That was a
fail.
fail.
You play the goat line bed?
No, I did not.
No. Why?
I had my AirPods in. I was tuning you out.
Which 909 said, what do you care, Allie? It's none of your business what he's doing with his AirPods. And generally, it's not.
No, I don't want to be that guy.
It's when we are at work
I don't want to
in
be
a
that
meeting.
guy. Sometimes you see some people that you see go, I don't like that. I don't know that person, but I don't like them based on that. And I don't want to. Once people get to know me, they don't like me. But I want them to get to know me first. I don't want them to not like me just on how I appear.
Exactly.
And when I put the AirPods in, it was my plan to not lose the AirPods.
But in a meeting situation where you're talking to people, it cancels out like 75% of the audio, the sound.
No, it doesn't because they're not on.
Yes, it does.
They're just resting.
not on.
How big are your ears?
Dude, look at them. They're huge. Look how big my ears are. They're
No
massive.
wonder you lost them.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think could be in there right now.
All right,
There are
Johnny.
4 pairs in there.
Johnny, do you want to go?
I don't like this intervention, and I think we've covered
ma'am,
it.
I'm ready.
We've covered enough. One thought per break, guys. Too many thoughts.
Okay, mine is really quick. Mine is just, and I know this kind of lends itself to your disability, but I have.
What? Lends itself to my disability. You're the guy that thought the Iditarod was hauled around by a bunch of Jamaican guys.
All right, stop deflecting.
It lends itself to your ADT, but I have one for when you walk.
ADT?
You got the disability.
Your security
pal.
system?
All right, let's move on to Vanessa.
All right, let's hear Johnny out. I like what he's saying. Go ahead.
Whenever we're talking to you or I'm talking to you, you do this thing where you kind of listen, but then like after like 4 or 5 seconds, you start like drifting and walking away from when we're talking to you. And you're like halfway out the door with your bag, and you're like, all right, yeah, I'll tell Senator, and then you get caught up in a conversation.
Guys, I understand the point.
Yes, but then what Omar's saying is that you aren't really listening. You're just trying to make us think that you're listening to us.
I am listening. Sometimes it doesn't need to be said in such a long. Johnny will say like, "Hey, I'm going to post something today at 2:00." I go, "All right, cool." To me, that's everything I need. He goes, "Thinking about 2 is better than 2:30 because if I go 2:30, it's going to be too close to it." And I walk out. I don't need all that. It's too much information.
All right.
I got a busy day.
Vanessa?
Piggybacking at everyone, pretty much. Is that how you say it? Anyways, when we have meetings and you're on your phone.
Guys, I hate meetings.
And you're like in social media, I don't know if you're paying attention to what I'm saying. And you know I don't speak very well, so I need full attention.
Vanessa, what did you just say?
Exactly.
I know what you said. In fact, here's the big.
We are not feeling heard, is what we're telling you, Klein.
A bunch of whiners is all.
You're not listening.
Can I say something? Allie thinks because she's doing this on a keyboard, she has her computer. I use my phone for everything. My computer is almost useless.
You use it for everything because you like that we don't know what you're doing on it.
I don't care what you do. You put it on. You can put all my stuff up on the screen. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not.
Yes, but you're also. We've learned that humans are not good multitaskers. You can't be reading things, pulling clips on your phone, and listening to us at the same time.
Yeah,
you're not able to do it.
But you're doing it on your computer, right? So you think because you have a laptop.
No, I'm filling out the schedule. I'm working.
Right. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing on my phone? So you think you're better than me because you're going.
I'm typing. Yeah, that's more official.
Vanessa's asking us, hey, you guys want to have this guest on? Now, as soon as she says that, I'm already on their Instagram looking at it going, let's see what this guest, let's see what they got going on. I'm already researching the things she's talking about.
Yes, but then we will ask you a question and you will not answer.
I'm sorry, what?
909 said he is listening. He just doesn't care.
That's right.
He is listening. He's just not paying attention.
Leslie?
Yes. Klein.
Yeah, hi.
I think you're at the age now that you're using your AirPods as a hearing.
Whether you live by the beach or in the hills or in the deep valley, we all live in different parts of Southern California, and occasionally we like to go through all of the many updates we get, things happening in our own neighborhoods, and then we ask you what's going on in your neighborhood so that we too can meet the neighbors.
Meet the neighbors. That's what you gotta do. Say hello, shake a hand, share a smile and make a friend. Meet the neighbors. Their dog just crapped in your yard.
Oh, beautiful. Everyone's got to meet the neighbors this week, which means neighborhoods are heating up. And pretty soon, all of our neighborhood feeds are going to be taken over by everyone's favorite game of the season, gunshot or firework. It's going to be a lot of gunshot or firework talk pretty much from June. Coyotes, yeah, because I think they just had pups, so now they got a lot of coyote stuff. And then that will lead to, of course, the missing animal thing, followed by, oh, no, never mind, she was just under the bed.
And don't forget, the pet safety people who are like, guys, don't torture your animals with these horrible sounds of fireworks.
Right. Or
protect your animals.
The reminder of the hot streets. There's always the person that goes, the hot pavement is going to be hot for you, but it's 10 times hotter for your animal.
Yeah.
And then the vicious cycle continues because the sound of the gunshot or firework will then make the animal go into hiding. The person will not know where the animal is. They'll assume there's a coyote on the loose.
It's a chain reaction.
Never stops. So we like to figure out other things that neighborhoods are talking about as we meet the neighbors. Jake, you can start this round because you're currently living in a shack in Burbank.
Yeah, this comes from Mary. Hi, I haven't posted much, but I have a problem that someone in the neighborhood may be able to help me with. My husband is a baka, a bilateral above-the-knee amputee, and he needs to find a child-sized wheelchair to help him with to adjust with his new, quote, stubbies, short, no-knee prosthetics. He went from 5'4" to 3'7", and he could only stand using a walker for a short time so far. Fortunately, no matter how much I try to feed him, he's still skinny and now lighter as well. Does anyone have a little chair, used maybe, available for your child, available as your child moves out of it?
What did I just hear?
That's an aggressive post right there.
It's crazy.
He went from 5'4" to 3'7"?
Sure did.
Dude, so already short.
Any comments? Any questions? Follow-up questions?
There was 16 comments, a bunch of people willing to help. It's like, I have a child's wheelchair and a bunch of other stuff. The one thing that really throws me, a lot of people don't know this, but baka in Japanese means idiot.
Oh,
you think this is just a giant post that she can publicly call her husband an idiot?
I mean, there is a lot of husband shaming within that post. She said that she needs help with his stubbies, and then no matter how much she feeds him, he won't gain weight. She seems really
I'm
frustrated.
a handicap.
Yeah, that's
there
right,
he is.
Klein.
Hey, good luck, sir.
Dude.
Yeah, that seems like an aggressive post.
But it's crazy because when people are looking for things, like there's somebody on my who's like, I need this type of car, and they just want to buy that specific year, make, and model, and somebody's like, oh, I have one.
That always
and
blows
I'm like,
my mind.
What?
Whenever someone
How do people actually get what they need?
Right, when someone actually posts something and they need something, and then someone immediately is like, great, I can help you with
There's
that.
like 3 people saying that they can help her.
That's great. Well, listen, people...
and Vanessa, you could probably help too.
If you have an extra one of those kids' chairs, we'll take one here for the office. I mean, if Baka doesn't need it, we'll take it over here.
If Baka doesn't.
Because the reality is, when people have kids, they can't wait. Their favorite thing to do
is pawn it.
Is get rid of
it
once
onto
their
somebody
kid
else.
moves on to whatever phase they've moved on to, they just want to get it out of here.
Dude, when I got pregnant, it was like 10 of my friends were like, I have a bag. Do you want a bag?
Take it.
I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. And
Please.
now I'm doing it.
Right. So I understand. So anyway, well, I'm sorry. That sucks. I wonder. No one asked how that happened to her husband. He became a W.
No one asked.
Why don't you ask, Jake? It seems like that's a good information you'd want
How
to know.
do you get his stubbies? Just write that.
I need to follow.
All right.
Allie, what's happening in your neighborhood?
Well, there's a guy named John who's really frustrated, and he needs the help of his community to solve a problem. I've been trying for months to no avail, and I'm getting beyond frustrated, hoping to get some help from you all. I have been trying to duplicate the Wood Ranch dressing on their peanut coleslaw.
Oh, I get it. That's great dressing. This guy's onto something. Go ahead.
Has anyone been able to successfully make it? I am making it this summer on vacation, so I'm not able to purchase the coleslaw directly from Wood Ranch, but I would like to recreate it while I'm on my break. Any help would be great. Thank you.
See, here's what I would say. I would call Wood Ranch, and I would say, hey, what's up? It's Tom. I'm a chef from another location. I forgot the...
I forgot the recipe.
I got what do we use? We use turmeric in that again? And then they say, no, you know the recipe. They're like, just remind me what it is. And then because a lot of restaurants, they have 1 or 2 dips or dressings that are just, they know it's what keeps people coming in. And they will never release them. Remember during COVID, all these restaurants were kind of doing the make-it-home version. No one's going out.
And that's what a lot of the people are sharing their copycat recipes.
They would always leave out like a key ingredient or something. You couldn't get it exactly right.
It would never be exactly right. Christy says, if you call them, they'll sell it by the quart. I know, and I also know that they do the ranch by the quart.
Oh, man.
So much. Amy said, love that slaw.
Yeah, that's right, Amy.
And then somebody said that now there are people arguing about which Wood Ranch location has the best slaw. My friend says that the slaw is much better at the Moore Park Wood Ranch rather than the one in Agora. So if you're going to copy one, copy that recipe because it's different from the one in Agora.
All right. Well, that's a huge battle happening about a slaw dressing at a Wood Ranch. It actually makes the person in my neighborhood seem almost unnecessary. But, Allie, for the first time ever, we have a neighbor that is asking the neighborhood. This is Lisa, and she is asking, good morning. Can anyone please tell me what this emoji means?
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. And this is the emoji. I just want you to see which one it is. It's just a smiley face that's leaning a little bit to the left.
Oh, okay.
So she's curious.
And I put it in quotations. That's my favorite part of that post.
And the first comment is drugs, probably drugs, which is probably not what it means.
No,
to which,
it's probably just an emoji that they were like, this might mean something to somebody.
Chris said, I think that means someone's happy because if you look closely, you can see a smile. And then someone else said, no, Chris, you're wrong. The head is moving left to right. It's in motion. So they're shaking their head no.
Oh, yeah.
So now there's a huge fight, followed by someone else said, I'm going to go with drugs. So now they're just confusing this poor woman who probably found this. Someone probably texted this woman this emoji, and she has no idea how to respond.
Or she saw like her teen kids texting it to each other, and she's like, what are you buying, meth?
Yeah, it says meth. I know what this is. It's a
Like,
meth face.
No.
Look,
Just like
no,
my mom's here, shaking head emoji.
There's no teeth on this smiley face. It must mean meth. Vanessa, what's happening in your neighborhood, Long Beach?
Okay, so mine comes in the form of a story. Here it goes.
Can't wait.
Lonely and attractive guy finds love in Belmont Heights. A spring story. He's been in the neighborhood for a while. Can I please have the bed? Por favor? So it sounds like a story?
This story's a little, I don't want you to judge your own story, but if you had to pick one word to judge your own story with to this point, I think we know what that word would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's just a long story, Vanessa?
Maybe it's long if I read it. You know what? I just lost my confidence. We're good.
Oh, no.
No, Vanessa, keep going.
It's
We have the
good.
bed now.
You did tell us before we got on the air, don't worry, guys, I have a Meet the Neighbors. Come to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story goes. He's been in the neighborhood for a while, keeps to himself, but goes out every night, returns all alone. Maybe his appearance, his close-set eyes, whiskers, long nose, and kind of a portly figure never... I'm getting tongue-twisted, guys. I'm getting tongue-twisted. I can't tell my story. I quit. I'm done.
Vanessa,
But it's basically about a porcupine or... No, not a porcupine. What's that one animal?
An anteater?
A possum that keeps coming around to his neighborhood, and he just found love another mate.
Aww.
And he was just wondering how they met.
That's so
Vanessa,
cute.
Through eating a banana.
Are you reading
I thought it was a good one.
Through eating a banana.
Are you reading erotica? I think you're reading erotica.
No, Klein. I think I've read this story to my kid. It's like a sequel to The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
And someone's just posting it on the Nextdoor app?
No, I think that Vanessa's reading children's books.
Oh, you're reading children's
Oh, that's what it
books.
is.
Well,
Oh.
I just thought it was funny.
'Cause you
People
don't
in
have-
the comments were like, LOL, good love story.
Yeah. Two
Okay.
possums finding love over a banana. I think I've read that one.
Because she's not allowed to use the internet because she's a child, so they just give her
This
books.
was Storytime with Vanessa.
Oh, well, that would, now I get it.
That's funny.
That's a good read right there. Well, good luck, Mr. Porcupine.
Good
Thanks
job
for
on your
joining us.
reading, too.
That was great. You're getting good. Give her a sticker, guys. Foo Fighters on KROQ.
Storytime.
Klein, Alley, Show.
It sounds innocent.
KROQ.
But America's youth are rebelling in a new and dangerous way.
World Famous KROQ.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, hey, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on. When times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. So hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
Let's wrap it up, do some takeaways, get the hell out of here. Nicole Alvarez will be in. She's got 40 minutes nonstop K-Rock for you. And more importantly, more of those Mumford and Sons tickets. I did just find out that pre-party we just announced happening at Hard Rock is open to anyone who's going to the show. You don't have to win your way into that. So if you're just planning on going, want to hang out with some K-Rock people before, Hard Rock Cafe, 5 to 7, night of the show. The 12th, I believe, Thursday, Hard Rock Hollywood before Mumford and Sons at the Bowl. You'll win more tickets coming up again today at noon with Nicole, then 3 and 6 with Kevin Ryder, although I think he may be off this week. I can't keep track of everyone's vacation.
He's already on vacation?
I think it's his second vacation since coming back.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
He got
Contract is suspended.
he got grandfather. Oh, Kevin's live today. Okay. Earlier this week, I think I only heard Megan. Listen, I can't
From
keep
Cabo.
up.
He's live from Cabo.
He got. Listen, I don't blame him. I would have said, I'll come back to K-Rock. I want to reinstate all of my unused vacation days. All right, great. You're on the clock. You guys got the 360 vacation days backlog.
My God.
That's why we're not getting
He's
any.
back, guys.
He's back. He's back. So anyway, Kevin Ryder will have him for you. He's live in the K-Rock studios later today. All right, takeaways from today's show. What do we got?
All right, 310, my takeaway is Jake does not eat it anymore.
Jake did put away about a third of a plate of meat today. How you feeling, Jake?
Right now, I feel great.
But tomorrow you're not going to feel good, you don't think?
No, I made sure I didn't eat too much, so I'll feel good today, and tomorrow I'll feel good too because I'm going to eat the leftover.
Jake wanted to remind everyone the sweats he had before he ate the meat.
Or just normal
Those
sweats.
are normal Jake sweats, not meat sweats.
All right, let's see. 909, my takeaway is Klein's kids know that he's the farter.
Yeah, Omar, I'm going to play this for you only because we didn't have time to get to it earlier in the show, but I think that you will thrive with this. This was based on my wife being on the show yesterday and the fact that my kids really do not like the song Klein's Kids Hate Him. And here's an idea from a listener that I think you'll make a reality.
This message is a request for Omar. You've got that really awesome song, Klein's Kids Hate Him. You should remake that song, Klein's Wife Hates Him, because I'm pretty sure she also hates him. I would love to hear Omar put that together. Please, Omar. All right, thanks. Okay, Lexus.
Okay, thank you, sir, for calling. Thank you for calling with that request.
I would love to do that, but I don't think I have enough audio of your wife.
Yeah, I don't either.
You can get her saying okay, or
Yeah.
you can get her saying okay.
It's a lot of
you
her.
can get her saying come on.
It's a lot of her hanging up. It's a lot of her hanging up on me. It's me saying I love you, and followed by click. You'll get a lot of that.
I'll try. All
right, so there you go.
925, my takeaway is thanks to this show, there could be an old boomer walking around lost at Cali Vibes.
That's right.
626, Gay Eye Klein has gobbled a lot of man meat and drives a Lexus.
I don't like Gay Eye Klein one bit.
And 909, my takeaway is if you lick it, you claim it.
That's right. That is number one way to claim anything in the world. Just got to lick it first. What's your takeaway from today's show, Jake the Nerd?
Hospital.
It's good. It's a good takeaway there. Thank you for that. Omar, you got a takeaway from today's show?
My takeaway is that blind people could be blinded twice.
Yeah, you can be double blinded. That's crazy. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is talk cheap to me, baby.
Yeah, Allie is very proud of the fact that cheap people are the new sexy, according to her at least. So anyway, there you go. If you missed any part of the show, don't know what we're talking about in takeaways, check out more of the show available wherever you get your podcasts. Search Klein Alley Show. Videos up on YouTube right now. Go to KROQ's YouTube for that. Subscribe and comment. And if you're not following us on Instagram, please, 50K by Independence Day. We're not asking for too much. We got our independence from England. So you can, at the very least, give us a follow on Instagram at Klein Alley Show. If one day we're not here and you miss us, you're going to say, how can I find them? Well, the best way to find us would be Instagram Klein Alley Show. So go and give us a follow there. As our goal is 50K by Independence Day, which means we have less than a month to do it.
Hey.
All right, we will be back tomorrow, and we will leave you in the capable hands of Nicole Alvarez next.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ.